10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello, my friends, and thank you so much for coming to spend part of your Saturday, April 6th, with me of 2024. It has been exactly 1 week since Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley left Hugoton, Kansas to go pick up Veronica Butler's 2 children in Ava, Oklahoma. 1 week. And they have not been found. And we don't really know what's going on with the investigation because the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation has not let a lot of information out. They've been keeping this investigation very, very close to the vest, and with good reason. Oftentimes, that's what law enforcement has to do to keep potential suspects from fleeing, to keep evidence from disappearing. But I know how frustrating it is for all of you and for all of the searchers that have started searching. Originally, there were no law enforcement searches, is what I hear from locals. So many of you who live locally to this story have reached out to me, have emailed me, have sent me messages, and I thank you so much for that. I have heard from people who are close to the family, to Veronica's family. And this is a tragic, heartbreaking story. And I'm coming to you with some breaking news. And I do not know if this news is related to this story or not. So I'm putting that right out there. I don't know if this is related to this story. Yesterday on Twitter, there were rumblings that there were arrests that were about to be imminently made in this case of Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley. Veronica Butler, just to recap, is 27 years old. She has 2 children who were living with their father. They were never married, Veronica and the father. He lives in Keys, Oklahoma, which has a population of about 267. For those of you who are not from there, that's going to be hard to comprehend, but that is the population of Keys, Oklahoma. It is in the Oklahoma Panhandle in Cimarron County, I believe, right? Cimarron. And I was watching some other coverage of this, and I'm telling you, I just had to stop watching other coverage of this because so much of it is wrong. Downright wrong. It's like nobody did any homework on this before they started reporting on it. It's like everyone wants to jump on and be the first person to report, even if the information is wrong. I watched Nancy Grace the other night do a stream on this and reported several times in her story that the women were on a 16-mile drive. No, they went from Hugoton, Kansas, and to the location where the car was found abandoned. It was a blue Kia, small SUV, owned by Veronica Butler, was 45 miles. It was a 45-mile drive. Nancy Grace's guests said that they were on the way from Elkhart to Four Corners. And no, that's not true. Am I losing it, you guys? Am I in the Twilight Zone? Because that's a show that people go to for correct information, and it just wasn't wrong. Yeah, people are saying even News Nation got it wrong. Can't even watch it anymore. You know that my first stream on this show, on these women, on Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley, who's 39, who is a minister's wife out of Hugoton, Kansas, who's also a mom of 4. I spent the entire day digging through the court files before I would even get on the air and talk about this case, because I wanted to make sure that what I was telling you was correct. And so, yeah, she raises my blood pressure too. All right, I'm gonna take a deep breath, because what I have to tell you is not good news. And again, I do not know if this is related to this case. So please, a viewer sent this to me 5 minutes ago. This is a story that just broke from the Cherokee Nation Marshals in Kansas, Oklahoma, which is about 447 miles from Keys, Oklahoma. but I'm going to bring it to you, and we're going to read it together. And I cannot verify whether or not this is related, but it does make me say, So again, take this for what you will, the grain of salt. But there was a body recovered by the Cherokee Nation Marshals from a 20-foot well in Kansas, Oklahoma. The story was just reported on about 1 hour ago. And this is from News Channel 8, ABC. I guess in Tulsa. KTUL, must be Tulsa. And I will read you the article. It says, on Friday evening, Cherokee Nation Marshals recovered a body in Kansas, Oklahoma. According to Cherokee Nation Marshal Shannon Buell, the Marshal Service received a tip from a farmer Friday, and a search began around sundown. Officials reported that around 20 marshals were on the scene, along with area agencies, and the Cherokee Nation Marshals dive team recovered a deceased body at the bottom of a 20-foot well on the farm just north of 412 off Highway State 10. Quote, our Cherokee, it says the deceased body has not been identified and is with the Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office. Our Cherokee Nation Marshals worked throughout the night with many of our partner law enforcement agencies on this search and recovery. We want to find answers for this individual and get them back to their family, Buell said. Notice they do not indicate whether the body is a man or a woman. State and federal agencies assisting in the recovery include the Delaware County Sheriff's Office, Colcord Police Department, Kansas Police Department, can't read that, Tahlequah Fire Department, the OSBI, the FBI, Eagle Med, Delaware County Emergency Management, Cherokee Nation Emergency Management, and other agencies. And here's the press release. And it's dated today, and they just tweeted this about 1 hour ago. In Kansas, Oklahoma, Cherokee Nation Marshals recover a body in Kansas, Oklahoma. Out of Kansas, Oklahoma, Cherokee Nation Marshals recovered a body in Kansas, Oklahoma on Friday evening, April 5th. According to Cherokee Nation Marshal Shannon Buell, the Marshal Service received a tip from a farmer Friday, and the search began around sundown. So this is on its official letterhead. I think it's going to sort of regurgitate the same thing that I just told you. But again, the Cherokee Nation Marshals worked throughout the night with many of our partner law enforcement agencies on this search and recovery. We want to find answers for this individual and get them back to their family, Marshal Buell said. About 20 marshals were on the scene, along with other area agencies. The Cherokee Nation Marshals dive team recovered a deceased body at the bottom of a 20-foot well on the farm just north of 412 off State Highway 10. The deceased body has not been identified and is with the Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office. State and federal partner agencies assisting in the recovery include Delaware County Sheriff's Office, Colcord Police Department, Kansas Police Department, a bunch of other agencies, including the OSBI. We know that the OSBI is involved in the investigation and search for Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley. We do not know if this is related, but it happened last night. It wouldn't be unheard of for somebody to dump a body 400 miles away. So again, I do not know if this is related. A viewer sent me this who has been following this case very, very closely, who is local to the area. We don't know. Yeah, it could be anyone, but I don't know. Do you guys find bodies a lot in Oklahoma? We don't know. We don't know if it's related. But again, they're not releasing much information. And so it is a crazy search. At this point, it's still a recovery mission. Somebody said I would think they would be found together. I don't know. Hi, Princess Mish, one of my amazing moderators. I'm sure answers are forthcoming. We thought so. I've been watching Twitter all night because we heard from boots on the ground that arrests were imminent. Rock Chalk is a YouTuber who has been boots on the ground, who drove. She said she heard about this case from listening to my show the other night, and she hopped in her truck, and I think she brought 2 horses with her and a canine unit, and she drove down to the area and has been searching for at least a couple of days while she's live streaming. I actually sent her an invite to come on the show if she wanted to come on and tell us what is happening there, because I was watching her show for a bit yesterday, and it's fascinating. She's been talking to a lot of locals. She has been talking to a lot of people who have been warning her. There are a lot of people in the area who don't want to talk. Somebody said that there's a gag order. I don't know how there could be an official gag order because there's nothing happening. There's no legal proceedings yet, but law enforcement, I guess, has been told not to talk. And it seems that the people in the area do not want to talk, or they have been told not to talk, and people are afraid. And you need to ask yourself why. Jaded Jen, thank you so much for popping in. I live in Oklahoma. Yes, bodies are found more often than probably we want to. Very well is one of them, or very well not. Right, we don't know. I just thought this was curious timing. Oklahoma and Kansas have lots of rural areas to put bodies, unfortunately. A lot of people have pointed out that there are several pig farms in the area, including Seaboard Farms, I think, which is where they raise hogs. It's I don't know if that's a meat packing plant right there, or if that's where they raise the hogs. I don't know. But that gives me some really serious, chilling vibes when I think about things like the season 4 finale of Criminal Minds. If you know, you know. So as always, this show is always about the victims. And I've heard there are several Facebook groups who are dedicated to speaking out and finding these women and talking about these women and how wonderful they are. But it has been 1 week since their abandoned blue Kia small SUV was found on the side of the road. That was 3 miles from what is supposed to be the exchange destination for the children, which is 4 Corners. No, it is not the 4 Corners where the 4 states come together. It is literally an intersection. I'm going to show you the intersection. It's the intersection of 95, 412, 64, and 3. And there's an abandoned gas station there. And viewers were telling me that they used to have to go there to buy beer on Sundays because it was the only place where you could buy beer on Sundays, as my locals have told me. So I'm going to show you what this intersection looks like. It is called 4 Corners, and this is a map from Google Earth. So don't hate me if it's not completely accurate and doesn't exactly look that way today. But this looks like the abandoned gas station that people are talking about. This is kind of a curious place for me to think that this would be the place to do a custody exchange, but as we're going to see, the children have been in the care and custody of their grandmother, who is the paternal grandmother. I was watching another show where they were calling him the baby daddy, and I don't like that either. Here you can see the street signs where these roads intersect. This is Highway 3, and I think on the other side, it's Highway 64. And as we spin around here, this is the actual intersection of 4 Corners. And there's not a lot going on there. There's a lot more going on there now that a lot of people have gone down there to help in the search. But this is what we're talking about when we say 4 Corners. Actually, I didn't even know Pascal did this. I wasn't talking about Pascal, but some people that I saw that were covering this were calling him the baby daddy. I'm like, no, he's the father of the children. They were never married, and they were in a custody battle since 2019. So for 5 years, they have been in a custody battle. When I did this the other day, the show the other night, and this exchange was in the morning. The car was found a little after 10 a.m. So I believe that the meeting, they were to meet sometime around like 9:45-ish. This could have been around 9:30 a.m. And the car was found about 3 miles from here, around Road L and 95. We went over a lot of the court documents the other day because, as you know, I'm a lawyer, and so I like to deal in facts and court documents, and I redacted the court documents. I have not named the father of the children. I have not named his mother, who is the grandmother, who's a major player in this either. And when I see other news organizations like News Nation who put up a picture of the father and named him, named the grandmother, just like they did on the Nancy Grace show, I just find that to be something that I would not do at this point, because they are not even persons of interest at this point. They have not been named. And I've also been told that it's difficult for law enforcement or for anybody to search down there because most of this property is private property. And you just can't go on someone's private property and search without a warrant. And I've also been told that pretty much everybody down there carries. So it's not safe to do so either, in my opinion. I know that Rock Chalk is protected. So if she emails me and wants a link to the stream, she can tell you exactly what's going on there and the people that she talked to. I have something else very interesting here, another court document that we did not look at the other day. Okay. It's a petition for a writ of habeas corpus. Let's take a look at that, because this might give us a little bit more insight into what was going on legally between the parties. And I have redacted this because, again, I'm not here to dox anyone. I'm not here to tell you anyone's name, put anyone in danger, because there have been no people named as persons of interest. I just think that we need to know what was going on in the lives of these women. And I'm starting with Veronica Butler because they were going there to pick up her 2 children who are 6 and 8 years old. That may play into what happened to them. If anybody sees any breaking news on Twitter from OSBI about any arrests, please be sure and let me know. So this is a petition for a writ of habeas corpus that was just filed in November of 2023. In Cimarron County, Oklahoma, which is the county where the father of Veronica's children lives. I believe he lives with his mother, and the mother is the respondent in this case. So she is the children's grandmother. I'm not going to name her, as other creators and mainstream media news has done. So in November of last year, 2023, Veronica Butler filed against the grandmother of her children this petition for writ of habeas corpus. I'm going to read it to you. Comes now the petitioner of Veronica Claire Butler and alleges as follows. Number 1, any and all allegations set forth in the petitioner's motion to modify and motion to enforce visitation as filed in Cimarron County case, filed on October 27th, 2023, shall be as if they are set forth fully herein as well. No, I'm not trying to trash Nancy Grace's career, Gail Davis, but My show is based on actual facts that take really like 5 minutes of investigation to do. Okay, so I am pretty sure that whatever I said about their error in the distance of where they're going is not going to trash the career of Nancy Grace. And if you don't like what you're hearing here, then you're free to go. So, I'm not here for the drama. I'm not here for the comments. This is about finding two women who are missing, two mothers. And when mainstream media puts out the wrong information, it's a problem to me. Okay, Gail? So if you don't like it, again, you don't have to say here. But I'm pretty sure that what I say that maybe 20,000 people are going to see is not going to have any effect on Nancy Grace's career whatsoever. Pretty sure. And this is when we have to switch to subs only. So just give me a quick second and talk amongst yourselves, because this is the kind of stuff that makes me crazy. Okay, moving on. Do you think it's right, Gail Davis? Do you think it's right that Nancy Grace is naming the grandmother and the father of these children, and the children, naming the children, putting the children's names out there, even though no one has been accused of anything or even named as a person of interest? Do you agree with that? Because I don't. Wow. Just wow. The current orders controlling custody and visitation rights with regards to the subject minor children, CER, born in 2015, and KCR, born in 2018, because you see, the court doesn't even put the children's name in the official court record that was public. Because it's supposed to be about protecting the children, right? Were entered herein on December 7th of 2022 and filed herein on September 25, 2023. Insofar as it pertains to this petition, the prior court order has not been modified by this or any other court and remains in full force and effect. Number 3, the last period of specific visitation that the petitioner was allowed to exercise with the minor children took place on July 1st of 2023. The petitioner had a supervisor with her, Ms. Blank Johnson, for her last visitation. So when this petition was filed in November of 2023, the last time Veronica had been permitted to see her children was at July 1st of 2023. And that was a supervised visit with someone who was not Jilian Kelley. If you recall, when we went over that order, Jilian Kelley was another person named in the court order that was allowed to supervise the visitation. And that's why they were together. The respondent grandmother has had exclusive possession of the minor children for the past several months and is withholding them from both parents currently. This is not in the best interest of the children and is in violation of the court orders. 5, the father of the minor children, the son of the respondent, has himself posted on his Facebook account about his mother withholding the minor children from the petitioner and himself in violation of the law and the current order as outlined in the case. The respondent grandmother has not to date filed any action for grandparental visitation rights, nor has she filed any action to procure guardianship of the minor children. As such, her possession of the minor children is in violation of this court's order and the laws of the state of Oklahoma. So the grandmother has been withholding the children. This was as of November when this petition was filed. The grandmother, who lives in Keys, Oklahoma, and it's right here in the court documents, had been withholding the children from both parents, Veronica and her partner, ex-boyfriend, father of her children, for many months. About 4 months by the time this petition was made. 7, venue is proper with this court as the respondent grandmother is holding the children with her at her address in Keys, Oklahoma. And again, that is Cimarron County, where this petition was brought back in November. The responding grandmother is currently in violation of the Oklahoma criminal statute, child stealing, which is a felony offense punishable by up to 10 years in prison. All elements of said crime are present by the actions of the respondent. 9, this court should enter its writ of habeas corpus to the respondent grandmother, demanding that she produce the minor children CER and KCR before this court. In the alternative, this court should order the sheriff to immediately take possession of the minor children away from the respondent to allow the children to be brought before the court. Wherefore, Petitioner Veronica Claire Butler prays that this court immediately issue its writ of habeas corpus to the respondent grandmother, demanding that she produce the minor children, CER and KCR, before this court on a date certain, or in the alternative, that the court order the sheriff to remove the children from the respondent to allow them to be produced before this court, and for such other and further relief as the court finds to be equitable, including reasonable attorneys' fees and court costs. So this petition was filed on November 8th. And when I did the stream with you the other night, we covered some other charges of the father. I don't know if I pulled them up. Let me see. He was charged with possession of an illegal firearm because he had been a felon. And as a felon, you are not permitted to carry a firearm, touch a firearm, possess a firearm, hold a firearm. And if you do, it is a violation. It's a felony. And I just want to go back and see when those charges were filed against him. This was November 8th. The gun charges against the father were brought on November 17th. So all of this stuff is a timeline of things that are going on among the family. We went through the custody petition. Originally, Veronica was granted custody of the children. This has been going on since 2019. Then Veronica and the father of the children agreed amongst themselves that they would have week-to-week custody. 1 week he would have them, 1 week she would have them. And when they were married, they lived, I believe, in Cimarron County, but they definitely lived in Oklahoma. And you cannot just take your children across state lines when you're in a custody battle without the court's permission. And it had been alleged in that petition originally when the father was trying to get custody, and they were very young parents. He is currently only 26 years old, and these kids are 6 and 8. So they were young when they had the children. Not as young as some people, but the court seemed to point to that a lot, saying that they've grown up a bit and now they're more mature. In any event, that was what the court had to say about it. So Veronica had custody initially, but the father was complaining that she had moved several times without telling him. She went, and I'm not going to, don't pin me down on the order, but she moved from Oklahoma to Kansas, back to Oklahoma, to Colorado, to Kansas, back to Oklahoma. And now she lives in Kansas, which is why it's on her to come and get the children in Oklahoma, if you had a question about that. So after the dad had these gun charges on November 17th of 2023, he spent the night in jail. And then he was, and then somehow the charges were dismissed and he was put on probation. And he had a list of things that he was not allowed to do on probation. But he was rearrested in February on charges of domestic violence against a pregnant woman, which is more information that I found out, which we believe to be his current wife because he did marry someone else last July of 2023. And domestic violence charges against his mother-in-law. And so his probation was revoked and he was ordered, he spent 30 days in jail. And we looked at this order the other day. This was the order for the personal recognizance bond. But since people don't seem to believe what I'm telling you, I'm going to tell it to you again. I'm going to show it to you again. He was released on his own recognizance on March 22nd at 8:13 a.m. And the reason that I know it was 8:13 a.m. is because that is the time that appears on his jail bill. In Oklahoma, you have to pay a bill when you go to jail. He stayed there for 30 days. He got a bill for his 30-day stay at $50 a day plus a $30 surcharge. And it said that he was released at 8:13 a.m. And in consideration of his release, he was agreed. It was agreed that he would go to inpatient treatment at the Salvation Army in Oklahoma City, starting on the same day that he was released, 22nd day of March at 8:00 a.m. He was to stay there for no less than 6 months and then report back to court within 72 hours of his release, but no later than September 25th of 2024. There are conflicting reports about whether he showed up March 22nd to the rehab facility in Oklahoma City, whether he went straight to rehab from jail. I do not think they transported him, but that was where he was supposed to go that same day. I've heard other reports that he didn't report there until a week later, so I do not know. We don't have information of that. Hello. Hi, Ashley. Rock Talk is here if you'd like her to jump in on StreamYard. Yeah, I just need did you shoot me an email so I can email the link back to her? I don't like to drop the link in the chat because you know what happens. I saw you know what happens. If one of the mods could put my email up, please, that'd be great. Thank you. You are on the scene, Ashley. Let me show a quick news clip that I pulled up from News Nation because I don't know, Rock Chalk, if this is you on that news clip. But I have a feeling it might be. Two seconds. And there's my email. Are you guys still live on her channel? We'll do a quick, we'll show this News Nation piece real quick. And this is just from yesterday.
Two missing moms disappeared somewhere in one of the most remote parts of America. Veronica Butler, 27 years old, Jilian Kelley, 39. They were driving from Hugoton, Kansas to Eva, Oklahoma. You can see there right on the border.
It's Hugoton, right? Am I right with my pronunciation? Not Houghton? I'm going to turn off these closed captions, unless you think you need them. Is the volume okay on this? Let's let him start over.
Two missing moms disappeared somewhere in one of the most remote parts of America. Veronica Butler, 27 years old, Jilian Kelley, 39. They were driving from Houghton, Kansas to Eva, Oklahoma. You can see there right on the border. Because of a bitter custody battle, the other mom came along for support. Neither ever made it
Well,
to pick up the kids.
She wasn't there for support. It was court-ordered supervised visitation. She was one of the court-ordered acceptable supervisors of the visitation. They may have been friends on top of that, but she did not go for support. She went because it was required that a supervisor go with her.
Police found their car abandoned in a rural area. Almost all of this is rural Oklahoma, with no trace of the moms.
That unknown is what has created it suspicious for us at this time. Sheriff's office deputies approach the vehicle and these women are gone and they're nowhere to be seen.
Brooke Schaefer joins us from Texas County, Oklahoma, right there on the Texas-Kansas border. Brooke, all right, how far into the search are we?
These moms have been missing since Saturday at this point, Leland. Still not a lot of information on what happened out here. Like you said, this is a very rural spot in Oklahoma. The closest town to where we are standing is probably about 15 miles from us. Cell signals going in and out, so there's not a lot of, surveillance cameras. There aren't a lot of witnesses out here, so that's definitely a difficult layer in trying to track them down. But yesterday, we got a major update from investigators. They said they now have some evidence either in or around the abandoned car that these women were traveling in that leads them to believe there's foul play suspected in the suspicious disappearance of these two moms. Today, we came out here to this rural area to really see it for ourselves, see what these women were potentially dealing with, see what investigators are battling right now. And you see on your screen, we met a couple of people who were actually out here on horseback. They were just volunteers. They got in their car. They drove about 4 hours to come down here to try and find these two moms. They said they were looking for any evidence that could maybe lead to their whereabouts. Here's one of them. I talked to them. Take a listen. What made you want to come out here and search?
Just nobody looking, and I felt bad for them. I have a farm with horses, and we had talked to the sheriff, and he said, we'll take all the help we can get.
Rock Talk, is that you or someone that is with you? I see where you said that you emailed me, but it didn't come through yet. So just give me 1 second.
And so I called my hand, and I was like, let's go.
When you get on these horses, what are you guys going to be looking for? What are you hoping to spot?
Grass that's been knocked over, or just anything tracking-wise, footprints, tire tracks, whatever goes off into the grass, or just any signs of foul play.
So, Leland, the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation is right now handling the suspicious disappearance of these moms. I actually just got off the phone with their public information officer, and I said, do you think that these women are still alive? He said, as of today, they are still hopeful to find these two moms alive. But as of right now, no sign of them. No one has been arrested, and they're also not sharing whether or not they have any suspects or persons of interest in this case, Leland.
Yeah, you think there's so much here, right? And yet so little to go on because, as you point out, rural Oklahoma, not a lot of surveillance cameras around. The distances between these towns is enormous. There's a lot of country roads, a lot of farm roads to move around on. What do we know about where the car was found? Was it abandoned next to a side of the road? Was there any attempt to hide it? Had it been burned? Anything like that?
Yeah, so this is actually the area where we're standing. This is where these moms were supposed to meet up. This is where they were supposed to pick up Veronica Butler's two kids. Where they found the car was about 10 minutes away from here, so they really were not far from their destination. I talked to a witness today.
Rock Talk, it still didn't come through. It's Fanbase, FANBASE, at mlittlelaw.com. I don't know if you're in a bad zone.
He did not want to go on camera, but he told me that he saw the car that these women had been in. He saw it abandoned. He said there was nobody around it by the time he saw it on Saturday morning. He didn't get close enough, he said, to see if there was any broken windows or anything like that. But he said that the car was parked sort of in the brush right off of the highway, not really necessarily a normal spot that you would pull over. Again, investigators are saying that they have evidence either in or around the car, leading them to believe there's foul play in all of this. We've heard some rumors that there was maybe blood around the car. We haven't been able to independently confirm that. I've tried asking investigators about that multiple.
So people in the chat are saying, what evidence would make them think they were in danger or that would lead to foul play? And I think that's what it was, blood. There have been other reports from people in the area that the passenger window may have been smashed or rolled down. We don't know. There's not a lot of information being released. They're keeping it tight to the vest, close to the vest on this one.
Multiple times. So far, they are not willing to confirm whether or not that was the case, only saying that they believe there's foul play because of something they have seen either in or around the car.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to.
And that is the latest from last night. There was another update, if you want to call it update, from the OSBI yesterday. But again, it didn't really say much. I don't think it was it yesterday or was it the day before? It's 2 days ago. They haven't really said much. There's been some Banfield coverage, but she doesn't really say much either. Yeah, people are saying I've heard so many things, but none by authorities. And that's right, because they're not saying anything, which is why when I saw that story that I showed you at the beginning, that we don't even know that if it's related or not, that a body was found in a well 400 miles away, it made me go, huh. So I don't know if anybody's boots on the ground in Kansas, Oklahoma, where the Cherokee Nation marshals just released about an hour ago that they pulled a body from a 20-foot well in Kansas, Oklahoma, but they're not even identifying whether it's a man or a woman. And they were tipped off to that by a farmer in the area. So I do not know. Yeah, I think everybody does. Thank you, Dayton and Andrea Wheels. Everybody feels for the precious families of these ladies. I agree. And Peter Pranzo, one of my amazing mods, who is actually retired law enforcement, NYPD homicide sergeant. Law enforcement keeping it tight as they do, as they should, until basic facts come in. 100%. Just can't go around and, be releasing information, although my sources say that law enforcement has not had any searches that people are seeing down there, and I don't know. Rock Chalk, if you can get that email to come through, drop the link so you can come on. Thanks, Jody, for becoming a new member, and all Sandra for becoming a new member, and Curtis for becoming a new member. DeVoe on BDO, and Lisa Nia all became new members. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so much. Paul Schoenbaum, where is your Buffalo light? I don't know. I just don't have it up today. Well, the buff season is over. I am a buff, so that's why these stories out in the Midwest interest me. I'm a graduate of proud alum of the University of Colorado in Boulder and University of Denver Law School, and I love it out there. But I'll put it back up. I think I'll rotate the lights. Rock Chalk, 60-mile-an-hour wind. Service very sketchy here in Oklahoma. Thank you for the super chat. Shari says, so late, 3 minutes in. This is why Melanie Show's top notch. Thanks, Shari, for the super chat. Reporting facts, no room for speculations. Thank you. I listen, I don't want to dox anybody. I'm not naming names. All the court documents I'm showing you right now are redacted with good reason. Thank you for appreciating that. Dawn Burke, thank you so much for your super chat. Keep protecting the kids, the missing moms. Keep them in your prayers. Yes, everyone, as always, keep them in your prayers. Dave the Pious, thank you for your super chat. Love when traditional news people ask things like, what do you plan to look for? Yeah, right. Maybe the missing women. Yeah, that would be a good start. Mandolin Wind, thank you for your $10 super sticker. Appreciate you as always. Rescue Puppy, thanks for becoming a member. And Maureen Francis, as always, who is always in there with the Cash App before the stream. So supportive every single time I go live, every single day, because she knows that YouTube takes 30% of super chats. And if you know, you know. but this is not why we're here. But you know what? Are you still live on your channel? Because I can drop the link in your channel, or are you still live over there? Let me see. Yeah, you are, because you're listening to me on your channel. I can hear it. I can hear you listening to me. All right, I'm gonna drop the link in here in this chat, but it's only for you. So if you don't have Rock Chalk on your name, don't even come in here. All right, let me know if it came through, because I'll delete it right after. There were some rumblings last night that there were going to be 4 arrests at any minute, and also that 2 people fled to Colorado and were being brought back from Colorado. I don't know. This is all speculation, and well, that part of it is speculation. But also, the school that Veronica attended is so small that she was the only graduating senior. I did learn that. And like I said, there are several Facebook groups dedicated to finding these women, and people are coming out and anonymously posting that they know the parties, that the dad was a really nice guy in high school, and that she doesn't know what happened. But, like eventually, apparently he's got addiction problems, and that's why he was sent to court-ordered rehab. I'm going to put up the missing poster for the women in case you guys are not familiar with this story so that you can see it. This is from EMA, the Endangered Missing Person Advisory of At-Risk Missing Persons. This is the original poster that came out a week ago when the 2 of them went missing. Veronica Butler on the left side of your screen is 27, 5'4", red hair, green eyes. She was last seen wearing a blue short-sleeved shirt, denim shorts, and Hey Dudes shoes. Jilian Kelley is 39 with brown hair. I believe they also have added that she has blonde highlights, blue eyes, and she's wearing a whitewashed blue jeans, a long sleeve shirt, and tan or beige shoes. And we have Rock Chalk in the house. Let me take this down and bring her in. Okay, why are you in audio only? Why won't your I don't know why your
It's me.
No, I know, but like your like logo won't come up. Hold on, wait, let me try this.
I have barely a signal. 1 bar.
Hold on. Okay, it says you're in with audio only, but I can't see your logo, and I don't know why it's not letting me do that. But can everybody hear?
It's there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, hey, hon. I love you.
Hi.
You're the one that turned me on to this.
Well, thank you so much. I love that.
Yeah, I'm going to see here. I'm at the scene, but I want to turn my video on and turn it around. It is very windy, but
Okay.
if you want to see the scene, do you guys want to see the scene?
Yeah, because I can't even see your icon. So unless you put up something, we can't even really have you. We can only hear you, and you're only seeing me on the stream.
Okay.
Yay!
I'm going to try to fix it here. I want to... trying to turn the camera around is what I'm trying to do, because it's only giving me audio.
Okay, we can
You
see you,
camera, though?
because right now it's pointed at you.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn it around. I hope I can hear you out here.
Okay. Do you have like an earbud maybe or something?
Okay. I
Do you have
I don't.
headphones?
Okay. But I will turn my phone around. Oh, look here. I think I got it. Let's see if this works. Okay. We're good. Listen, I'm old. I got to have readers, okay?
All right, listen, tell all the viewers who Rock Chalk, do you have any headphones? Do you have like an earbud that you can put in?
I do not.
Okay,
I
so
do
I just
not.
want to make sure that
Let
you
me
can hear me.
Is it echoing? Let me do something real quick. Because you're
Okay,
on my
yeah, no, I just want to make sure that you can hear me better.
Yeah, I want to get you off my Bluetooth so that I can get you out of the car. I can
Okay.
talk to you.
All right, so when you put your camera back on, then I can put you back on the screen.
Okay,
Awesome.
I'm back.
Hello.
Okay. So what would you like to know?
Tell everyone how you got interested in this case and where you're from and how you got there and what you brought and how long you've been there and all of the and what made you
Okay.
interested in this. Go ahead.
You, and you. I watch you a lot. Yeah. I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I was a state investigator for 25 years. My kid's dad is a retired U.S. Marshal of 33 years. And I help with a lot of YouTube channels. I got interested in YouTube with the Idaho 4 case. I've been retired. And the Idaho 4 case really got me interested. And the other night, I have my channel, I'm a Jayhawk alumni, played basketball there. It really wasn't a channel, okay? I just did my basketball stuff there. Watched you the other night, got with the team. It's all of our channel. And we played your video, and I said, I want to do this. And that was Tuesday night. I left early Wednesday. I got here late. Wasn't it Tuesday night you went live with this?
I think it was Monday. I don't remember. The days kind of blend together, you know?
Whatever day it was, oh my gosh. See the wind? It is bad. Whatever night you went live, I was on that live. As soon as you got off, I called an emergency mod meeting with Discord with my whole team, and I said, "This is about 5 hours away. I want to go there. I want to be boots on the ground. There's nobody there, and it's really weird because my maiden name is Kelley,
Oh, wow.
exactly like Jilian Kelley.
Wow.
And the fact that nobody was looking, nobody was watching, made me come here. When I called, I have 2 dogs. They're working dogs. And oh, there goes the hat. Goodbye to the hat. I'm not chasing it.
So tell us where you are right now.
We are inside where the car was. Okay.
So this is where the car was found.
Yeah. See where the truck is? That truck.
Wow. There's nobody there. I wonder.
Here's another car. Actually, I'm gonna walk a little bit because I think my hat stopped.
Yeah, looks like a tornado is coming.
Yes. Wait till I show you the school. The school is covered in tumbleweed. Hey, here, got my hat. Okay. So anyway, I talked to her. I was over here count. Let me tell you, when I got here, the sheriff told me I could not bring my dogs. I have Smith and Wesson. I was gonna bring my dogs, but he would meet me at a gas station. He met me at a gas station, and where he told me to go was not where to go. Luckily, some locals caught on, and it was 11 o'clock at night. I was by myself because we dropped the horses off at the rodeo grounds. Anyway, the locals were telling me where to go, and actually a couple drove out here at 11 o'clock at night. So I came that night, and I got into town, and checked it out. Came back the next morning. We took Facebook that was on, and I actually got that lady with me. She hooked up with me yesterday. She drove from Enid, and it was about a 5.5 hour drive for her.
Wow.
I walked backwards to the wind. Sorry. Anyway,
That's okay.
there is conflicting stories.
Yeah.
But over here, it's 100 head of cattle. And
Oh, wow.
other horses pulled up. That was my friend Sarah on the horse that they interviewed. Oh,
From
while
News
I
Nation.
was here, while I was here, News Nation saw me and turned around and came back. And Dan was the producer, great guy. He got out and he said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm looking for these Kansas women that's missing. He said, we are too, but we was told to go way over there. I said, yeah, me too. Lucky for the locals, they brought me here. Well, anyway, more horses showed up, and one of the guys, and he said that he was here. Now there is conflicting stories. Brooke is right about that.
Right.
There is conflicting stories, but the rancher kid said that his life is in danger, and he could talk to the Oklahoma Bureau of Investigations. But he said he was out there cutting cattle, had a cattle, and he had brother to the other end. He said, and I actually took that live down, but I do have it saved. He was very crackly, and he was yes, ma'am, very polite. He said, I saw more than I should have seen.
Oh.
And he says, he swears to it, that the car was right here. This grass, see where the grass is made over?
Yep.
Cactus is ran over, okay?
That's
He
where the car
swears-
was?
This is where he said the car was. Absolutely is what he said. Then what happened was his dad didn't want him to talk no more. I understood. Actually, Brooke from News Nation tried to talk to him. They really fear for their safety. So that was a bad thing. We did.
Right.
Oh, this was left. Sheriff
Oh, wait, hang on for 1 second. You're breaking up. Okay, what are we
what's left
looking
of
at?
the sheriff case. Tape.
It's what's left of the what?
Crime scene tape.
Oh, crime theme tape. Oh, yeah, now I see it.
Sheriff on it, okay? On a broken pole, so I don't know where that came from. I'm going to show you something else. I will tell you, this can be disturbing. I'm going to warn you.
All right,
ahead of time.
trigger warning.
Trigger warning, okay?
Hey, wait, Rock.
Yeah.
Rock, you think you could turn your camera like sideways? Wonder if that would be better.
Sideways?
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Better.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I will tell you that the mom and dad of Veronica met me out here. The mom said when she came that the car was over here. This is the first place that the locals brought me to was on the road. The other kid was one that told me there. What we got here, again, trigger warning. Okay.
Trigger warning.
These are blood stains. Okay,
Blood stains.
right here. Blood stains, and this is kitty litter. So whoever did this covered it with kitty litter.
Oh, so the police did not
No.
cover that with kitty litter. You think that whoever did it?
Yes. And the kid also said that he saw a maroon truck at a stop.
Oh, you just broke up. A maroon truck
At a stop sign, and a white truck with a white cattle trailer on the back, and they were hauling ass out of here.
And that is an eyewitness of someone who saw this, like right at the time that it happened. And did they say what time? Around like 9:30 a.m. Is that
9:15 and 10? That's what he said.
Between 9:15 and 10?
Yes, ma'am.
The reports that I'm reading, Rock, say that Veronica's fiance was the one who found the car. Do you have any intel into that?
Yes. The dad of Veronica, I asked him, and he did verify that it was his fiance that found the car.
Because he got worried when he didn't hear from her because her phone was
not
off.
answering her phone. Yeah, she was not answering her phone. So you can see there was more stuff dug up. You could tell it's a shovel, okay? And dug up here.
Yep.
Okay. And then over here, the first day, they took part of this grass, like this, and they dug here. It was all fresh. Now, we're talking a couple days, and it's been 89, 90 degrees. But it was fresh dirt. Obviously, it was fresh dirt. Okay?
What? So it looks like something was dug up there, you're saying?
Oh, absolutely. And
yeah, I'm just repeating because you're breaking up a little bit. So I'll just repeat what you're telling me. So
I'm going to get the car, so maybe I can hear you better.
Sure. I'm going to send you a pair of headphones, girl. Just tell me where you where you are.
Actually,
I'll have Amazon.
I have some in the hotel room. I did not bring them.
Gotta have them on
I
the
do
road.
have some. Next time, I'll make sure you have them. Okay, I'm sorry.
No worries. No, I mean,
Um,
even for your own live stream, when you're outside in the wind, if you just have like these, like I have these earbuds for my phone, like just those little ones with the wire that have the little microphone on them, you'll be
Yeah.
amazed at how much better
Yeah.
your audio will be. Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
I've got a lot of the. Actually, I do have them in the hotel.
Oh, I hope your phone didn't just die. I think you said your power was low.
Are you not there no
Okay.
more?
Yep. No, you're back. I have a question for you. You said you were a state investigator for 25 years. Can you tell us what agency you were with?
Kansas Department of Human Resources.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
And you're like
The
a scene
Labor
investigator?
Department. Do what?
You investigated scenes?
No. I
Oh,
was
okay.
investigator for unemployment fraud. I did tax audits.
Wow. And
Yeah.
I saw yesterday when you stopped and you spoke to a guy in a truck, like a big burly guy with a beard and a cap on, and he said, he said something to you like, lady, you better be careful out here. Everyone has a
Yeah.
gun. And tell
Yes.
everyone what you told him.
I got Smith and Wesson. They're two big ass German shepherds, and I got a 380 EZ with laser. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. And we have been watched. There has been a drone over us. There is
Really?
a black Charger, all blacked out. That I'm gonna take you to the Four Corners too. You want to see that?
Cool. Yeah,
Where they
sure.
were
Let's
supposed
go.
to meet? Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I pulled up the Google Earth map, but it's not the same as being there.
oh no, it's not the same. Listen, I went and bought News Nation pizza. I took
That's so
really
nice.
care of them. I said I'm your new intern. If I lose you, I will get back on. I know how to get
Okay,
back
cool.
on. You don't have to drop
Yeah,
the link.
right. You have the link. Okay, cool.
You on this one?
No, they can hear. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
My live can hear me talking to you. It's okay. You don't
All
mind,
right,
do you,
cool.
Melanie? Okay.
No, it's a great collab. I'll send everybody over to you when we wrap here if you're going to be doing this all day long.
Listen, I've been doing it nonstop. The lady that started the Facebook page here, she is with me. I just met her yesterday.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
I'm telling you, she's packing too. I have a conceal and carry. I think she does not. But this is an open carry state, so it don't matter. So
Okay.
if anybody wants to F around and find out, we're
F around
both
and find out.
packing.
So yeah, I don't like to curse on my channel. I appreciate that you appreciated
I
that.
didn't
But
say yeah. I'm
no, you
not
didn't.
doing
I
that.
know. I love that. Because
Yeah.
I have so many viewers that watch without headphones with their kids in the room, and their
Oh,
95-year-old moms love to watch
Yeah.
the true crime. But yeah, tell everybody what it means because I live in New York. A lot of my viewers are from the Northeast. Tell us what it means to be in an open carry state.
It's awesome, No,
but I mean, what does that mean? It means anybody can have a
it
gun?
means in an open carry state, you walk around with it on your hip. It has to, if it's in the car, it has to be on the dash. You cannot have it in a glove box. It cannot be hidden.
Wow.
Like everybody here, I have to show you. In Kansas, it's that way too. As long as you have it where it's shown, that means open carry.
There's people that carry multiple at a time.
Yeah, they have them on both
Really?
hips in Kansas and Oklahoma. But before
Wow.
Kansas went open carry, I have my carry conceal. So I can literally have one in my purse. I can have it under my seat. I can have it anywhere I want it.
Wow, that's so interesting to me because, listen, we're in the Northeast where, like, unless you're law enforcement, like, I mean, a lot of people, I guess, do, but the process that you need to go through to get a gun is a big deal. But apparently, I guess, are they easy to buy, easy to find, and you can just carry them wherever you want?
Well, it's not easy. I mean, they do the background checks. I still have my badge, as a matter of fact, even though I'm retired.
Right.
But I do want to bring something up. Have you heard about the pig farms?
No, I want to talk about the pig farms because I did mention that earlier because I still remember the season 4 finale from Criminal Minds and it haunts me.
Okay, so I'm going to pass the pig farm and I'm going to get out and show you. There is somebody these pigs, they never touch ground, okay?
What?
They look like they're in greenhouses, and because I met locals that work there. And there's like 20 cages per thing, and they go from a grain feeding. This one here is the last stop. When I think of pigs, I think of mud and really creepy trigger warning type of stuff.
Right.
That's not what goes on here, okay? That I've seen. And there's quite a few of these plants here.
Yes,
I'm gonna
that's
show
you were
you.
saying. So is this where they raise the hogs? It's where they
Okay,
slaughter the hogs?
this is the last spot, and this is where they load them up to take them to be slaughtered. Okay.
I see.
Okay. I'm gonna go in right here, and we're not gonna read. I don't know how to read today.
That's okay. Yeah, I heard you haven't slept. I heard that. I heard that your mods need to remind you to eat.
Oh yeah, actually, one of the locals brought me 2 ham sandwiches, and
Oh,
my friend here, she that runs that I just met. Okay, see these elevators things?
yeah.
They're feeders. There's some open ones, and there is actually, you can't see it from the side. Well, let me show you this, okay?
Wait, so is
This
that a
right
pig
here.
farm? Is that a pig farm? This is
That
so
is the pig
ironic.
farms.
It's so ironic that they brought you ham sandwiches and we're talking about the pig farms. Just gonna
Yeah, I
say.
know, right? I used to have 2 pigs, and they were named Ham and Bacon. So, okay, see these rubber boots out here?
Yep.
When these workers come to work, they have to stop here. They shower and they put on hazmat material to go work in and take care of these pigs in each one of
Wow.
these things. And they said there's 20 cages to each. So can you see them rubber boots there?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
not so much, but rubber boots.
Rubber boots. I'll get
Okay.
you closer. See the rubber boots?
I gotta full screen you because I have everything on here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They have to wear them. So
Mm-hmm.
when they come in, they got to shower, put the boots on. When they're done working, they got to come in here, put the boots here, and go back in and shower before they leave.
And I wonder why that is because it's such a
And they told me if the pigs touch
Prevent disease spread.
to prevent disease spread. If the
to
pigs
prevent
touch
disease spread.
if the pigs touch the ground at all, they're no good.
So
And
those
I'll show
pigs
you the
don't
company.
roll around in the mud like in
No,
Charlotte's Web.
they're on cement. They're on cement. And I'll
Wow.
show you the company that has all these farms here. They're actually from Kansas. And today I got selective reading, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know.
Okay, so do I. People are saying in the chat, pigs eat everything.
Not these. They only
Seaboard, yep.
Seaboard Farm. You can look them up and they'll show you everything.
I did. I have them up actually. I have their tab up.
Yep.
But they didn't have any.
Never
They didn't have like that location.
Yeah. This location is this is the final location before they go to the slaughterhouse.
Oh.
So, okay, now we're gonna go to Four Corners.
Okay, cool.
I get an eerie feeling about Four Corners, like really bad. And I wish I could get more people out here with boots on the ground. But these locals are scared. They are
I
so
know.
scared.
I know. I was saying that to the
I'm not
viewers
scared.
before. I know you're
Yeah,
not because
they
you got
are
a
so
380.
scared. Well, it's not. I'm sure they got more power than me, but I got a laser, and I'm not gonna miss. I might get taken out, but I'm gonna take a few out with me. I'll just tell you that.
I think you might be my new idol.
Many do want to talk, but they want to talk anonymously. They don't want to be on camera. They don't want their name associated, their relationship associated, but they do want to talk about it. And
Yes.
so they've come to us privately. They've pulled us over on the side of the road. They've messaged us privately. But every single one is please, please do not, mention
Don't release my name. Also, they say everybody knows everybody here, and people know. Now, I will tell you that News Nation, the owner of the Four Corners, they set up there, and this guy who said, a lady come over and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "They're filming." "Well, you need to do it right." And she told me, look the name up in the phone book, and I said, "You still have phone books here?"
Oh, wow.
I really did say that. And she goes, "Yeah, do it right." And I'm like, "Okay." So I go back and I tell the producer, I'm like, "Listen, this lady says you can't be here." And News Nation hired some people for the filming from Tulsa. And them guys said, "Well, what'll happen is the owner has to come tell us to leave. We tell them we're not going to leave. Then the sheriff has to come. It's a big deal. By that time, we'll be done filming. So no big deal." Right?
Hmm.
So,
Right.
well, a lot of people started seeing the live, and started showing up right after this person who said that it was the owner had left. Well, I saw a guy across the street, and it's an abandoned house. I'll show you. That's what we made the headquarters, okay?
Okay.
One of the locals, I said, go ask that guy if we can park over there, if we can park on his property. And that's why I slept for 2 nights.
Wow. In the
In my
car?
car. I've never slept in my car before in my life, but for 2 nights, because I saw a drone over me. That black car kept coming. And I felt like, and I still do, I feel like something is at that place. If they are still around, I think they did make it over here, but I could be wrong. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong.
Well, I
But
don't know if you ladies were watching the beginning of the stream when I pulled up that story that a body was found in a well by the
yeah, I don't think
Cherokee
that's
Nation
yeah.
marshals.
Yeah, I don't think that that's any part of this. I think that's a
Okay.
teenage boy.
A lot
That,
do go
Oh,
missing.
yeah, that's what people are saying now.
yeah, and a
That's
lot.
terrible.
Listen, there is a lot of people. A lady had me come to Guyman yesterday to her house, and she told me that people's been going missing since the 70s and 80s. This is nothing new.
Right.
What is new about it, Melanie, that you know, because you brought it to my attention, is there's a custody battle going on. And
Right.
it's supposed to happen, I believe, April 17th.
Yeah, I think that there was a court date. What's today? There was a court date on the 4th, that an emergency hearing that the grandma did not show up to. That's the information that I'm getting. Because like you, I have people emailing me and reaching out to me who don't want to, they want to stay anonymous as well.
Right.
And yes, so there was an upcoming emergency hearing with regard to custody because, she has been apparently in violation of the court order, the grandma, whose name I'm not going to say,
Right.
she's under the child stealing statute in Oklahoma.
Right.
She has been withholding the children from both the parents. And also from what I hear, and you talk to the locals, so your boots on the ground, is that she's got a pretty well-known name there.
Yes.
And maybe could be powerful in that town of 267 people.
Yes.
Keys, Oklahoma. So I think a
Yes,
lot of
and
people are
let me
afraid of
tell you
her.
this. She's got a boyfriend here who has what would they call it? What was that word? They made his property.
Like part of sovereign.
Sovereign citizenship or whatever, so that cops can't go on his property. It's
Oh,
kind
he's a
of like
sovereign
a compound.
citizen?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
However
And so
that
he
works.
wouldn't let the cops on there. I don't know how exactly that works.
He's also got a felonious gun charge from the summer where he
Yeah.
feloniously pointed his weapon at somebody. We looked at those charges the other day, and those charges were just dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everybody knows everybody here or they're related. Okay.
Right,
And
right.
a lot of them scared. I see that my farmer that let me stay. Okay, here is the 4 corners. I'll get out and let you see.
Okay.
Because I personally have not been told not to be here. Okay.
You were told not to be there?
I have not been told. I was not here when News Nation was here. But now the son showed up over where we were and he gave us permission to be here. So
Wait, who showed up? The sheriff?
no, the son of the owner here.
The son of the owner of that abandoned gas station.
Right.
Okay.
And he
And
said,
what I
go
heard,
over there and look and do whatever you want.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
What I heard was this was where people used to go to buy beer on Sundays.
Yeah. Yes, because in Kansas, you could not buy beer on Sunday. And they only sold 3-2 beer in Oklahoma. So any day but Sunday, Oklahoma would go to Kansas to buy beer because it was 6 point. And that's
Interesting.
changed. But this is where I slept over there. That's where we kept the horses. That's where I slept. It's an abandoned house. The guy's super nice. And he said we could stay all we want. That's where the command post has been all this time.
Wow.
I want to walk you around.
Okay, great. Your friend who's with you, she doesn't have to tell us her name, but tell us the name of the Facebook group so that we can, because there are a couple.
Okay, well, there was some craziness going on in that group.
Mm-hmm.
And
So don't mention it. Okay.
You don't have time to be a kindergarten teacher.
No, trust me, I know.
Melanie, you know there gets trolls out there.
Yeah.
And she's boots on the ground. She started a YouTube channel. But they went on there yesterday and tried to say that Rock Chalk was out here to get clout. I was out here to get money. Let me tell you, I went through 7 tanks of gas. People's offered me money. I paid people that came out here and helped me. I gave them gas money. And that's the truth. You can
Yeah.
ask people. I gave them money. The mom came out here, Amanda. She came out here. And she said, I want to be out here looking for my daughter, but I can't walk over there. I said, come out.
So yeah, you're breaking up right now. So I just want to kind of just repeat what you were saying. Yes, there's a lot of drama. Yes, there are a lot of trolls. I had to kick somebody out of here already earlier in the show for, accusing me of trying to ruin Nancy Grace's career because on her show the other night, she gave out such misinformation.
Right.
So I don't have time for it either. And that's why my moderators are the best on YouTube. And I saw on your show when I was watching yesterday, because you were live for like 9 hours,
Yeah.
that your mods are amazing too. So shout out to all the hardworking mods on both of our channels.
Yours and mine. And since I got such shoddy signal, that was actually, when I say this is your channel, I do it as a group. These people have been with me 2 years. We do everything together. We've grown other channels, and we just decided that we was going to do our own. We're tired of messing with everybody else. And
Good.
so we was picking up with the Idaho 4 where we left off on another channel. Anyway, so we're all equals, but I'm usually the one that is talking. But like right now, the signal is just so shoddy. I think Sophie's up there right now. But my mods are great too. Yes, everybody's great. But looky here. Look,
Okay.
can you see what all is here?
Yeah, there's like I'm going to put you full screen for a sec.
Car, trailers,
There is trailers. We came over here, we walked. We didn't bring the horses because there's so much stuff, but we really could have used a lot more boots on the ground, but I understand the people that is scared. I get it. They got to live here. I don't. I get it.
Did law enforcement welcome you when you came down to start searching? Because we've been hearing, as you know,
No.
there's so much drama on YouTube with people like certain creators that go to the scene and they were searching, and the real search and rescue teams that are there, like in the Riley Strain case and other cases, get angry when people who are independent want to come down and help. And sometimes you're embraced and sometimes you're not. So what was the temperature like when you came down there?
Well, we called ahead and said,
oh, you did call ahead. Okay.
We did call ahead, and the sheriff of Texas County said that he would meet us, let him know when we got to town. We didn't go to the sheriff's station. He met us at a gas station.
Wow.
Okay. And he said that there's people out there searching every day. We've had search parties. I'm finding out that that's not to be true. I've been here since, I would say Tuesday then, if he was live Monday. And we are the only ones searching, other than the locals that has come out and helped. What he did do for us is he showed us where the rodeo grounds were so that we could put our horses there. And we slept the first night there.
Wow.
And that's where I left my friends. And I came over here by myself and went to everywhere I could so I know where to come the next morning. So that when I got up, I knew right where to go.
Right.
This highway is pretty busy. Now, remember, it was between 9:15 and 10 o'clock, okay, in the morning.
Right. So it was daylight.
Yeah, if you go watch my videos, I'm going to try to make it back to the car just so it's not so. But if you go watch my videos, I was here at that time this morning. A lot of cars go by. And no cameras. Even at the pig farm, no cameras. I went over there, no cameras. There is no cameras. Okay?
Right. So what you're saying, I'm just going to repeat what you're saying because it's a little windy. So what Rock Chalk is saying, that there are no cameras near the pig farm, that she just took a ride with us to. And where she is currently right now is Four Corners, which is the designated child custody exchange location. And there's an abandoned gas station there that Rock Chalk has permission from the owner to actually be on that property. But as she's saying, she called ahead to the Texas County Sheriff's Office to say, I'm coming down, I'm bringing my horses and bringing my dogs. And I have a team and we want to search. And they said, okay. And they met you at a gas station.
Yeah, the sheriff met me at a gas station. He was in a regular blue truck, not marked sheriff at all. He was not happy that I had my YouTube channel on, asked me to turn my camera off. Okay. So I did. Technically you can't, but okay. but I wasn't trying to fight. I'm just here to find the women, okay?
Right.
That's what I'm here for. So I turned the camera off. He did not have body cam. He didn't have anything on.
Wow.
And his car wasn't marked. So I was like, is this really the sheriff? Like, is he shady or what? I said,
Right.
can you show us where you searched so that we can search? And he said, nope, but I can't stop you from searching. That was his exact words. I
Oh,
can't stop
wow.
you from searching. And I suggest that you ask the owners of the property if you can search. Most of them probably won't let you search. Well, guess what? They have let us search. So,
Really?
yes. Yeah, as a matter of fact, every night, the farmers come over here to this house and they hang out with me. Except
Really?
last night I stayed in a hotel because my other friends went back and I wasn't going to stay there by myself. I mean, I'm pretty brave, but it's pretty, I
Yeah.
knew the wind was coming up. But they've been hanging out with me at night. They're very friendly. They took me by where the boyfriend, area is and the grannies. So, yeah.
Are we gonna stay here? We actually have, Prairie Sage from your group is on her way with food for us.
Okay, tell her we're going to go by the Yarborough School. We got people
She
bringing
might be
us
in the
ham
chat.
sandwiches.
Okay.
Wow. So people are feeding you.
Well,
They're
it
welcoming
started
you.
yesterday because listen, when I get my mind on something, I'm not hungry. The thought of these women out here,
Yeah.
I know.
the thought of eating, I don't even want to eat. Like
Right.
honestly. And so I do it. It's not because I don't have the money to eat, because I have the money to eat. My
Right.
mind is on every light of the day. Let me get my seatbelt on. Every light of the day, I want to be out here searching. I want to be looking. Okay.
You're dedicated.
Yeah, and you remember when they closed down the school?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
I'm gonna take you to that school. Oh, also I want to tell you something because this is something that a lot of people have said. Uh, we talk a lot about Veronica and not much about Julian. Okay, both these women are equally loved. You know,
Yeah.
Julian was just doing her job. The difference that has come about is Veronica was from this area. So these people that come out and are boots on the ground helping us either went to school with her, like the gentleman yesterday that stopped me. He actually waved me down to show me where the sheriff office was because I was trying to find the whole Oklahoma. We got KBI, they got OSBI. I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to find them because I have some information. Can't seem to get through on their tip line.
Wow.
Because there is a guy that drove by that morning, and I could tell you that story while we're doing this right now.
Sure.
Yeah. So while we were over there looking, this guy drove by in a box truck, and he stopped. We thought he was taking pictures. So I ran out to his truck, and I said, "Why are you taking pictures?" He said, "Oh, I'm talking to my wife. FaceTime." I said, "Oh." I said, "You work this rotary yacht lot?" And he said, "Yeah, he's from Dodge City, but the company's out of Kansas." And I filmed the whole box truck. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
"Did you work Saturday?" He goes, "Yeah, I work every Saturday. I'm only off Sunday and Monday." I said, "Did you see any vehicles on the side of the road?" Now, at this time, I didn't even know what color the vehicle was. He said, "Yeah, there was a blue vehicle." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Where was it?" He goes, "Down at the corner, at the curve." I said, "Has the cops talked to you?" He said, "No, but I need a translator. I'm Cuban." I could understand him. Very nice guy. Okay, well, yesterday, he drove by, he honked, he didn't stop. Today, me and her was driving, and he passed me. I flipped a U-E, and he pulled over the side of the road. I went up to him, said, "Listen, we still ain't found them ladies, and you said you saw the car, right?" Yes, ma'am. I said, and it's on my video if you go look at my live. I
Mm-hmm.
said, "I really need you to talk to the police because I'm here to find the women. I'm not here to solve this case, okay? My job for me, I'm here to find these women."
Right.
But they know how to interrogate, they know how to ask. This man could have possibly saw something also that he don't even realize he saw. Is that making sense to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Of course. People
So,
sometimes don't realize.
right. So he gave me his phone number, his name. Well, about that time, a Oklahoma trooper went by. I ran in the street. I flagged him down. He turned around. He come back. He gets out of the car. Dude's still in his box truck. And I was nice. I said, "You here legally?" Because he's strapped. He's carrying a gun too, this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He said, "Yes, I'm legal." Because I wasn't trying to cause the guy any trouble, okay?
Right.
And I said, are you willing to talk to the police? He said, yes. I said, okay. He said, I got a wife and daughter, and I would be out here looking for them. That's okay. So the trooper gets out, and he says, can I help you? And I said, yeah. I said, you know, we're looking for the 2 missing women. He goes, yeah. I said, and this guy drove by Saturday. He's the very first one that ever told me the color of the car, and he saw the car. And about that time, the guy gets out, and he's telling him about the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
The trooper tells him, yeah, that's not my job. And I said, excuse me? Are you
Oh.
are you looking for the 2 women that are missing? He goes, well, that's on OSBI. And I go, well, this guy has information. Like, can you take a report or give me their number? He told me I'd have to look up their number. But the guy's
Wow.
standing there. And I'm like, okay, in Kansas, the troopers work for the governor, and all of them work for us taxpayers.
Right.
And KBI works for the governor and us taxpayers. So I don't know what's different in
He just
Oklahoma.
like walked away, didn't he?
Yeah, and he just walked away from me. And so I
That's
still have not been able to get a hold of OSBI so they can talk to this guy that drives by here every day, except Sunday and Monday.
yeah.
So
Well,
there is another eyewitness. Tell me what you think about that.
I mean, I think that, you know, it's not my job, OSBI. I'm going to tell you that I got an email from a viewer who wanted to remain anonymous. I'm just trying to pull it up here, and I'm going to read it to you guys so you can get a little bit of a better idea of what it's like to live there and to be a local there. Let me just pull it up. Also, the cell phone coverage is very spotty there from what I hear as well, right? Like there's only AT&T works.
It's very, yeah, and then it's like a bar. It's really hard. Some spots, it actually goes into SOS mode and airplane mode.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Okay, so here's from a viewer who wrote to me and said, I live in Guyman, Oklahoma. It's the largest city and town in Texas County and all of the Panhandle. The Oklahoma Panhandle area is quite often an oversight by state agencies, and the majority of officials from downstate have never stepped foot in our area. Oklahoma City is a 4.5 to 5 hour drive from Guyman. Our local news station is out of Amarillo, Texas. Wichita, Kansas is roughly the same distance from this area. This entire Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, New Mexico, Colorado area gets very little coverage for anything. So she was thanking me for my coverage because she said most of the reports are filled with incorrect information. So that's from somebody who actually lives in Guyman. For those of you who are just joining, I don't know, Rock, if you froze up, but we are on with Rock Chalk. She has a YouTube channel. She is boots on the ground right now in the location where Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley went missing in Oklahoma in the Panhandle. I don't know exactly what town you're in right now, but she drove us past Four Corners and she took us over to the Seaboard Pig Farm where the pigs don't ever touch the ground, she told us. And she drove from Wichita a couple of days ago after she saw my show.
Am I back?
Yep, to be boots on the ground. Yep, you're back.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna, as I pass the,
Now you just froze up again.
the site.
Okay, your audio totally went out.
Meet us, and she says
Wait, hold on.
that one of the ladies is here and is still alive and get to her quickly. So we came and we searched in all of this. Okay, but here's the school.
Well, I don't know. Your video froze up. Your video is frozen, so I'm still getting a shot of
Melanie.
I'm still getting a shot of when you were stopped. So I think your audio. No, I think your video. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Again?
Yeah, I think you need
you
to back
see how
out.
Much more tumbleweeds?
Oh
whole
wait,
school's
got
covered in tumbleweeds.
It came up.
Yeah, I think I lost Melanie again.
No, I could hear you. Can you hear me?
Let me go around to the back. Maybe I can pick it up. I tried to see if I could pull up internet at the school, and I could not pull up their internet.
Is this a school where kids currently go to school? Like that school?
can you see my live?
I can
Okay.
see.
Okay. This is the school. These tumbleweeds was not here last night. That's all tumbleweeds.
Wow.
Yeah. So we went around back here. This town is called, I forgot what it's called. It's a weird town.
It's your incorporated. Yeah.
Yarborough.
Yeah, it's Yarborough.
No, it's
but
not
like
Yarborough. It was a different
incorporated.
name. It was a
Oh,
different name.
is that the Yarborough school that was on
Yes.
lockdown?
Yes, this is the one that was in lockdown.
Okay.
It was like a 5-letter word because one of my mods looked it up while I was here last night.
Okay.
But this is the back here. So we went all around back here, and you can see the schools here. Lobo Den, the jungle gym. I mean, if you guys could have seen earlier, it was really bad. Tumbleweeds just every doggone place.
Yeah. What's the weather today?
It is 65, and I would say the winds are still
It was
60,
blowing me
65. Yeah, it was blowing her over. We literally got off at the bridge, and she got out. I just got a new hip and femur. I had an accident.
Oh,
And
wow.
she got out and she crawled under the bridge because, according to the rancher, the only rescue that came out and looked, or search team that came out and looked, was 2 fire departments and some ranchers and a couple of 4-wheelers, and they only looked for 1 to 2 hours, and they went 1 mile south from where the car was and went 2 miles west, and that's it. Or yeah, 2 miles west, and that was it.
Wow.
That's it.
Everyone's
So
asking me, including your mods, to ask you if you've got any tips that you can share.
Well,
And I don't want you to if you don't, but Ashley, thank you, Ashley, for your super chat. Says Rocks nod here. Ask about tips she can share. You know, I
yeah,
don't really want
well,
you to.
I can tell you, your channel's for entertainment purposes, correct?
Sure, entertainment
Okay.
purposes.
Okay, this is entertainment purposes, but I'm trying to get out the best information to you guys that I can. But there is rumors that, of course, the granny and the boyfriend of hers. Last night it was going around everywhere that there was 5 people arrested. Okay, and we got it a lot.
Got names.
And we got names, and her Facebook group was hitting her up, and people were hitting me up. Listen, I still probably have 800 messages. So what
Mhm.
I did is that's why I went to Guyman, because that's supposedly where they were at.
Right.
Well, that guy in the white truck caught me. He took me to the sheriff's department. So I was looking for OSBI, see if they was there, also to see if there was anybody arrested. I will tell you the sheriff does watch my channel, which I don't care because I haven't said nothing wrong.
No,
But
we're not naming
anyway,
names.
yeah, so while I was outside, he got in his truck that he was in the other night, and I was talking to the guy in the white truck, and he said, "Oh, the sheriff's a good guy. I grew up with him." He said, "Thank you for what you're doing. We appreciate you." And I said, "Well, how are you involved?" He said he had his daughter with him. He said, "My daughter went to school with Veronica." I
Wow.
said, "Oh," and he said, "We've been watching your channel. We love you. Just keep your boots on the ground. Keep doing what you're doing. It's not dangerous like everybody's telling you." I said, "Well, I'm not scared anyway. I'm pretty thick-skinned, you know. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I'm just that person." And he goes, "Well, we really appreciate it." He took me to the sheriff. There was another viewer at the sheriff's office, so I had to go over and talk to them. While I was talking to them out in the middle of the street, the sheriff actually got in his vehicle, come out and pulled up. I walked over to him. He told me to put my phone down, so I gave it to the people that was holding it. And he said, "Just wondering what you're doing." I said, "I came here to see if OSBI's here. Like, I'm not going to lie to you."
Hmm.
And he goes, "There has been nobody arrested. That's false." And I said, "Well, I didn't say anybody has been arrested, but there is a rumor of that." And he said, "Well, there has been nobody arrested." I said, "Well, that don't mean that you're not interviewing people. You know, maybe you're
Okay.
interviewing people and people are saying it's arrested." And he turned around and walked
Right,
away
right.
from me. He
Of
turned around
course.
and walked away from me. Can you see all these tumbleweeds rolling?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe they brought people.
Oh my gosh. It looked like
You know,
wheels.
some people don't know the difference between arrests and
Yeah.
and being. You're an attorney. You know
Yeah.
that one good thing about us being here, which the locals said, and they're right, for a cop to come on your property, you know, they really gotta get a warrant.
Yes.
And
Then
as a citizen, we can ask and they can either tell us no or yeah. Everybody here is like, you're the first ones that's asked. Yeah.
Wow.
You
So
can ride the horses in the pastures. Do whatever you want. Please just don't drive your vehicles. Don't tear up anything. I said, we're not going to tear up anything. Nothing like that. You did see the front of the school where it is completely closed with tumbleweed?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure you saw that.
And that
Right.
I think
Okay.
that's the high school that Veronica graduated from.
It
And
is.
she
It is.
graduated in a class of 1. She was the only person graduating that year. That's how small
In
this area is.
2015 is what they
2015.
told me. Yeah, yeah. Carrie wants the one from the Facebook page. She wants to say something to you real quick, okay?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, this is Carrie Moody. I just wanted to say back to the email that you were sent. That is the whole I grew up in the Panhandle, so that's the whole reason I started that Facebook group, because I knew instantly, like, I just knew that this isn't going to get a whole lot of attention.
Yes.
And I don't think it would have without you covering it, without the Facebook group, even with all the drama and stuff.
Right.
It really did help get the attention out here that was needed. And I truly do believe, I don't think it'd be swept under the rug necessarily like most people think,
Right.
but I can tell you there's nobody out here searching for these women at all. So anything that's going on is law enforcement behind the scenes with electronics and whatever, the stuff they do, but the families want their loved ones. So that is the whole reason I even I don't even do Facebook. I have a YouTube page or YouTube, whatever. But I just wanted to go back to that email because that is very much that's true.
So it's true, right?
It is very true.
And then
They don't have manpower, first of all. I think the one town has a couple of cops. I don't know how many sheriffs are out here. Not many, I'm sure.
there's like 20.
Is there?
Yeah.
So
But so when you wait, you're Carrie Moody True Crime, yeah? Because I found when I was looking for information on Facebook about this. I hate Facebook anyway, but
I do too.
you had the most accurate information on there, so it's very nice to meet you. And
Thank you.
I'll put your YouTube channel below as well.
Yeah,
Because
don't drop the Facebook group because I paused
No.
that. I was like, I don't have time for kindergartners. We're truly out here, and I don't have time to monitor grown adults. So
Right.
I just paused the group, and like that's the first group I've ever done. I don't even have my own personal Facebook. So yeah,
And
just
how
for
did
YouTube.
you find the Rock Chalk YouTube channel?
Somebody said they linked in the group.
I was talking to Karen too. I didn't even know she was coming because I kept losing signal. And when she was scared she would miss me,
Mhm.
and I was in Guyman. But how did you find it, Carrie?
Somebody posted it in that group chat.
It was probably Ashley. She's
I
really
think
good
so.
at that.
And I always watch
And
Melanie,
Ashley
so-
is Canadian. She is a sweet. All my mods are sweet. We're all a group. How did you find it, Melanie? Because I think we added you.
I found you. I think I was looking in one of the Facebook groups and somebody said, Rock Chalk is there live. And then I clicked on your YouTube video and I watched you yesterday for hours.
Oh, yeah,
And
we saw you in the chat. I saw you, but I was trying to respond. Thank you, by
it's
the way.
hard. It's hard when you are trying to man everything yourself. Trust me, I know. Man or woman, because listen, here we are, 3 women who are out here trying to help get the word out about these 2 other missing women, by the way. So thank you, women, for coming together to help find these other women. Because what else bothers me now that we're on this rant about the people that are watching right now and commenting on these Facebook posts is that, when people are calling us grifters, listen, I saw people asking you yesterday on your channel, like, how can we tip you for gas? And you were saying, I don't need gas money. You said, I'm paying for other people's gas that are coming here. I'm buying News Nation pizza.
Yes.
This is about finding these women and getting the word out there so that attention will be brought to this case because it may not otherwise be.
And Brock's not, her channel's not even monetized. Mine is, but if you go look, I don't have any videos up right now. I have one video I did in the beginning of the case, and I've not done one single live. So she's definitely not here for any of that. Like
Carrie, you're
we're
breaking
here
up.
because we care, because we
Right. You're here because you care. And a lot of people in the
Not
chat,
with that,
Anaconda wants to know, like, where are the families with the search parties? Why aren't the families coming out and bringing search parties with them?
Okay. Let me get it. Can you still hear in a dip and I'm trying to get out of it. Can you hear me?
You broke up. I can hear you now.
I'm almost out of this dip. I'm almost out of the dip.
All right, yeah, because your video froze up. So I'm just going to keep you for a second. You know, everyone wants to know, where are the families? Why aren't they speaking out? You know, you see when other people go missing, like Sebastian Rogers, Riley Strain.
Can you hear me
Everyone's
now?
out there on TV. Yes,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. Just let me know when you can hear me.
Okay, no, you're getting good.
Okay. So we're trying to get back to Four Corners because I guess Ashley is concerned about us eating and somebody's bringing us sandwiches again. So I'm taking you back to where the command post is, which obviously there's not a lot at the command post right now. But I will tell you, there was my friend Joe from Wichita riding a horse. It was mostly women that came out. And
Really?
Came from Texas.
Yes, a couple came from Amarillo, Texas this morning, and we've just been following every lead. There's a lot of stuff being said out there about butcher shops, and until we
Yeah,
know
I don't get
something
that
for
butcher shop
sure,
connection.
yeah, when we know something for sure, we'll definitely, I'll email you because I have your email.
Yeah, you do.
And actually, I was teasing because News Nation, their tent kept flying away. And I was filming Brooke as she was filming the News Nation clip. And her producer, Dan, he's from Chicago. She is from Miami. And they hired a news crew out of, a camera crew out of Tulsa. Anyway, I
Well, I
was
love that.
holding, I got them pizza and I was holding the tent. And I said, well, I guess I got an intern job, huh? I get to
Yeah.
go get the pizza and hold the tent. But they let me
Wha-
film her as I did it. Well, me and her are friends now. She's been sharing my my YouTube channel.
Mhm.
We talk back and forth. She's telling me what's going on with media. Still not releasing anything.
Right.
So, and I told her because they're staying in Liberal, Kansas, because they're staying at the Marriott or something up there, something there. And I said, if you hear something that you want me to go check out, because I am here, I will go look at it while you're on your way or whatever you need me to do.
We'll go look
And
at anything.
yeah, we'll go look at anything. Like we've been into some really ratty places. So
Yeah, you've been sleeping in your truck, for Christ's sakes.
yeah,
Listen, so you guys said that you were with Veronica's parents last night, and people want to know, why are they not speaking to the media?
Yeah.
Have they been told by OSBI to keep quiet and to not make any statements?
yes,
Okay,
and for their own safety. But I will tell you that they met me at the crash site, or I call it the crash site. Okay, well, where the car was, they
right.
met me there, and I met Mom and I met Dad, and another lady that was with Dad, and we were just talking. She's the one that informed me that the car was in a different spot, the second spot, where I showed you the stuff at. She said
Yes.
the driver's door was open, but she couldn't get close. But the windshield was not broke, and it looked like the passenger window was down. Okay.
Okay. So do we have was there any other damage to the car? Like it
No,
had been in a crash. So
no,
no damage, window
no damage.
down. And you
Window
said
down.
blood with kitty litter on top of it.
Yes, blood with an altercation did occur inside the vehicle. She said, okay. She didn't want to go into much detail at that point, and I get it.
Right. No.
You know, my other question was, did they ever meet? You know, we've gotten a lot of things. This is also speculation,
Right.
entertainment purposes, but both of us have gotten different people that don't know each other. We're being told that the day that they were supposed to meet, that there was a high school girl babysitting them kids, and them kids wasn't even in town. And I noticed with OSBI, I mean, they can come talk to me. I'd be glad to talk to them. But every time he's asked about the kids, he skips around it completely.
If they've had contact with the children.
Yeah.
I know. That's because I
Okay.
had that question too. I said, why can't you just say whether or not the children are okay? That's what we want to know. You don't have to tell us where they are. We just want to know that they're okay, because so many people had that question. And that OSBI talking head, who, you know, is a very nice looking man that they have as the face of the OSBI to do the news conference, is really not saying much. But at least let us know that the children are okay.
Right.
Because when I see that the grandma has a long list of, run-ins with the law. And something else that I was going to pull up here, which I can't really find, there was in a court file, there were some indications that the mother said something in court or to the son that, if anything happens to these kids, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill her. Like she had made threats.
And bodies are going to drop.
Yeah, bodies are going to drop.
Yes,
and
there
it's in the
is
court paper,
Snapchats
which I
of
can't
that.
find right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, there's Snapchats of that. And I asked and I didn't get an answer. I got tears, so I stopped in the middle of asking. My question was, have you got to see them? And my responses that I was getting was very uncomfortable. So I'm going to assume that even Veronica's parents has not seen these grandkids. So I want to know where these grandkids are. You just read the court papers that she was supposed to produce the kids.
Yeah.
Where are they? And where is DCF? I mean,
Should we share the judge information?
She's already.
I heard something about the judge. I'll share it. Somebody
Okay,
shared
I
this
was
with
like,
me.
I don't
Is
know
that
if
the
we-
judge who was involved in this custody case is now under police protection?
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
past week.
24/7, even outside of church on Sunday, 2 a.m. at her house. Yep, absolutely. And it was because of that threat that you had just mentioned.
Yes, it's very concerning. It's very concerning. And it makes me think the fact that OSBI has not released much information and also that there's no search parties going on, that perhaps they know what they're looking for. They just need to gather the evidence or who they're looking for, but they still haven't found the women. So that should be a priority, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah, they should both be priorities.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
right. And we're going to keep looking till we hear otherwise. But we have been told that they know where they are.
That they know where the women are?
The OSBI does know where the women are.
And do we, I mean, we're hoping to find them alive, but it's been a week. And as we all know, who you follow missing people cases, that after the first 72 hours, the odds of finding missing people drastically drops, right?
I have a cousin, believe it or not, I have a cousin that works for Tulsa Homicide who is with the first 48 hours.
Yeah.
And we are very tight. And you know why they're on first 48 hours so much? It's because their success rate is like a 93%. It's really high.
Yeah.
Tulsa has high crime. What I don't understand is, obviously they're watching my YouTube. I'm out here. I'm in a K9 unit. I'm very, locals can find me. They're tracking me down. They're waving me down. I don't have any OSBI coming to talk to me about this guy that I filmed, about the rancher guy, about anything. There is other witnesses.
Right.
That's the thing. Other
Right.
witnesses. The
And that's
guy
what we
today,
say.
when the trooper would not even help me, I was not happy. Okay? Not happy at all. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's law enforcement. OSBI's law enforcement. They both work for the state. Why couldn't he have called OSBI, got somebody out here? Why couldn't he have taken a statement from this guy? This guy was more worried about his...
the sheriff's department.
anything. And that guy had to get to work. And he goes, well, okay, well, he's not going to take a statement. I got to get to work. He left me his name and phone number. He's willing to talk.
It indicates to me that maybe there's like some sort of territorial issues going on. Like maybe the state troopers don't play well with the OSBI or the local police. Like
that happens a lot, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Melanie?
It does.
Yeah.
But
Not
most
in
of the
Kansas,
time,
it don't. They all work together. They really do.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of the reason why they don't, a lot of times, like even Texas Equisearch, who's very, reputable.
Equisearch, yeah.
They still don't like even, search and rescue groups like that coming in because it's just a territorial, exactly what you just said.
Yeah. Melanie, I don't know if I told you, but my grandfather was the attorney general for Kansas for a long time.
No,
he was the sheriff of Sedgwick County, which we have, I think, probably about 400,000 people. He was the sheriff 8 times. And then he ran a criminal defense law firm for over 40 years, and he died 3 years ago.
Wow.
But probably.
He was looking at us.
Anyway, it was 3 years ago he died, but I mean, there was books written about him and stuff. So I'm not here to dog law enforcement.
No.
Like, I believe in law enforcement. I was part of law enforcement. But why are we not still looking? Why are we, especially if this goes they get the right people and it goes to trial, I would want every witness that saw anything.
Yeah.
And they're not even trying to get that. I don't understand.
You know, you said earlier that there were drones out. You think the drones are following you guys?
1,000%.
Like, what's that about?
Well, I'm going to tell you, there is a black Charger that kept driving by here at the command center. Kept driving by here, would drive real slow, had a man and a lady in it. The other night, we was sitting out here in the chairs, and one of the farmers was here with me, and I heard this, and it was completely blacked out. No lights, no nothing. Now, there's no street lights out here, and we heard it go by. And I said, I told him, like, there was this certain car, it's really trolling us. I don't know what's going on. He jumped into his Hummer, his maroon Hummer, and he chased him, and I jumped in my car. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was doing 110 trying to catch that car. Okay,
Wow.
car was gone.
That was the
You're
first
chasing
time.
after the black.
That was night before last.
You guys are
Last night,
making me nervous.
yeah, last night, that farmer was giving me a ride to a certain place, and this is when Carrie showed up, and Joe, my friend, they both are strapped. That car. What did the car do yesterday? Because you saw the part. What the car?
Yeah, so
same car.
It was the exact same car. It came from Elkhart. It came up to the Four Corners area. I saw it completely blacked out and everything. And then all of a sudden the lights went off. Well, the only place you could go would be the highway or this other like county road, right by it. But there was no headlights anywhere all of a sudden. So Joe, he's the one that you saw on the horse on News Nation. He went out there with me, and he got in the middle of the road. Well, that car turned its lights on and headed back to Elkhart. So he's like, okay, this is the second time. This is weird. Why are you turning your lights off on the highway, sitting there watching us? It was just really creepy. So we jumped into my car and I followed him too. And I got his tag number.
Oh, good.
So we know who it is. And then
and Carrie's got family in law enforcement,
yeah,
in different parts of Oklahoma.
So we weren't like gonna mess with them or anything. But I wanted that tag number because that was the second time that it happened. And then you can tell her what happened again.
Oh,
the third time.
So last night I labeled it late night shenanigans. Okay.
Late night shenanigans in Elkhart.
We were so wound up. We've been searching all day. And, I was in mod chat and I was like, and she was with me. We just met and we shared a hotel room and we felt safer in the hotel room together. Anyway, I said, you guys want to do some late night shenanigans? And they said, sure. Well, we went by Granny's house, okay? And it's in the middle of nowhere.
Tell us about the grandmother's house. Well, be careful, first of all, because it's private property.
Let me tell you what happened.
Okay, yeah, tell us what happened.
While we're going, this black Charger shows up and passes us, okay? After we pass that house. That's not a coincidence.
No.
It turned around, and let me tell you what, I hauled ass all the way back to Kansas, and I wasn't looking back.
And this is a county road, but nobody really would be down.
Nobody would be on that road. Yeah, nobody would be on that road.
But it was the same exact car?
Same car.
Somebody in the chat said that she thinks that black Charger is OSBI and that they have black Jeeps as well. Be aware of that. I don't know.
OSBI
if it was OSBI, I think they might have pulled me over.
Not only that, I was doing 110. That was no LE. I'll tell you that right now. And I could see, when I saw them, I saw a man and a woman, even though it was dark. Well. And so did she.
There's a woman, a shorter woman in the passenger seat and a man driving.
But the windows are very dark where you couldn't see exactly what they looked like, but you could tell it was a woman and a man. They ain't OSBI. I'm telling you that right now.
No, and when I started to get up on them, I have a car that could, in the dark, look like a law enforcement Charger. And as soon as I started to get up on them, they slowed down, like they thought maybe I was law enforcement behind them. But they did try to take us off onto a side road there in Elkhart. And at that point, we were like, okay, we're out of here. But yeah, there's something weird about that. There's no reason to be following us or watching us, or
unless you're getting closer.
Well, and
that's the thing. That's what I think it is. You're looking at what I think it is. Like I wished I could get more people out here for this area. And put the rumors aside of everything that's been said. The moment I stepped on that property, I had a bad feeling, a really bad feeling. And I don't know, I still have a bad feeling. That's why I stayed here.
I know.
I
I'm
stayed
having
here
a
in my
bad
car.
feeling that you're live streaming where you are, so everyone knows your location. That you know what I'm saying? Do you have a dash cam?
I do, and I have a rear cam too.
All right, good.
Yeah, dash cam, rear cam, a 380 EZ, and I don't know what hers is, but
And there's plenty of traffic right here on this highway.
yeah. And if you go look at my earlier stream, you'll see that at the time that happened, there's a lot of traffic. And at that pig farm, there's people there 7 days a week. They were there on Saturday. So I don't know. I'm just giving you the information that I've got.
Right.
And there is
You
so many
got the
tips.
plate for the charger.
And to the people, I couldn't get close enough to get to the plate to that other charger. Now she's got. Oh, you do got the plate to the charger.
Yeah, Carrie has it.
Yeah, and it's a 20. How old was that kid?
26.
He's 26 years old. We know where he lives. Not where
Are we talking about the dad of the children?
No, we're talking about that black Charger. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
FBI.
All right.
He got the tag last night.
Okay. So you know who it. Okay.
And she said the more we're talking about it, she's gonna call it
Yeah.
in because it's just too
Not
creepy. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I thought, well, you know what? If something's there and we are too close and they try to move it, I'm gonna sit here. The little sleep I got was with one eye open. Like seriously, because nothing was gonna get moved.
Is there? Go ahead.
I do think we are too close to something.
It sounds that way. If people are keeping tight watch on you, including with a drone, do you know if there's Indian territory nearby, or are you in some sort of reservation? Or
no. That's where that citizen sovereignty or whatever it's called comes in. Yeah, I guess they can go on that property, but local law enforcement can't. I'm not positive on that. That's what one of the local farmers told me. But they don't even go in that area.
Wow.
They don't go near that man's house. One of them gave me a ride, and he was from Guyman, and just before I could drop a ping, and he said, I'm telling you, just don't go. This is as far as I will go, but don't go there. That man will shoot you, and you will never be found. And I was like, I have not went back by there. I dropped a ping. I know where it's at. I know that he owns he's got a meat packing plant back there. And he's also got one in Colorado, which is 42 miles from here.
Who does? Who has the meat packing plant?
The boyfriend of
the mom of the grandma. Yeah.
Yep. The one with all the record.
Yep. Originally, they were living in like one of his homes when Veronica and the father of her children were together before they broke up in December 2018. The court papers say that they were living in one of his properties. So I don't know where that was, but yeah, there's this is like a lot of
yeah. And so one of the farmers came and got my friends with the horses, and that same boyfriend leases some property, and he wanted them to ride the property. So they rode the property because there was rumor that there was some holes dug on that property with a skid loader, if you know what a skid loader is. But anyway, so he took them over there, and they were riding, and they took pictures, and they found some fresh dirt, and they immediately called him, and he said, get out of there right now. And I know he met with, I want to say he met with the KBI, not the OSBI. So them pictures has been turned over. So, you know, as long as people allow us to be on the property, we'll go search.
Yeah, just everyone wants you to be careful, and I know you're being careful, ladies, but we worry. And I just want to correct the record here. Anne says, in my opinion, a sovereign citizen dad isn't going to be afraid of running away from a Salvation Army rehab house. It's not the dad of Veronica's children that's a sovereign citizen. It is the boyfriend of the grandma who has been charged with illegally.
We are being told also that she's doing that too. That she is now practicing that same thing, but she ain't. His place is like a compound, the way I understand it. Hers is not. It's really open, but there was a lot of cars there when Other people went by the other day. There was only a white truck there when she went by yesterday, and last night nothing. And we went by there today, and didn't seem like a whole lot going on other than a bunch of empty buildings and a bunch of broken down cars. So none running. So yeah, we pretty much did what we could do, other than as soon as we get tips. I
Right.
will tell you right now, I'm staying until something breaks.
Right.
I'm not leaving. My poor husband, I've been so busy and then trying to keep up with the tips and the locals that has been hitting me up, that I hadn't realized I hadn't even called my husband. He called me yesterday morning, and he said, you know, are you alive? And I said, yeah. And he goes, you know, yeah. I said, I'm sorry, I've been busy, like nonstop, and I've not been sleeping. And he said, are you eating? And I lied and said I was eating, but because he knows when I get my mind on stuff.
Yeah, you're working. You
Food's the
forgot.
last thing. Yeah, I do dog rescues. I do a lot of things. I do paws with pilots. I donate to that. You
Wow.
know, where the veterans from overseas, they get a dog, they can't bring it back. We pay
Uh-huh.
the jet fuel. The pilots volunteer their planes, and they go and they bring the animals back. So I have a lot of passions. But
Yeah.
I am a mom. I'm a mom of 7. I got 11 grandkids.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah. And you know, I'm a grandma too, and you know, I'd do anything to protect my grandkids, but not to this extent. Like I'd be leaving the country, type of thing. You
Hmm.
know, if my grandkids were in a different spot. Um, it's really weird. Like I can kind of see some of it, so I don't want to be talking bad about the granny in that spot,
No.
because I am a grandma. I love my kids to death, every
Right.
one of them. But the love that I have for my grandkids, are
Right.
even a different love than my kids.
It's yeah, and it's like grandma would do anything to protect her kids, right?
Right, that's in the
So
movie.
I think that, you know, what she and listen, she was intervening in the custody
But I wouldn't kill
case because
somebody.
she wanted
So,
to, yeah,
or
right, exactly.
unalive.
That's where we draw the line, right? And
Unalive.
we're not saying that
Unalive.
that's what happened here. Listen,
No,
they could have
no.
been intercepted by a trucker with, you know,
Absolutely.
Could have
nefarious,
been anything.
right?
But
And that's
Anything
why
could have
people are
happened.
scared. That's why single moms are messaging saying that they feel that for the first time they're having to lock their
yeah, they
doors.
never locked their doors around
And
here, and now they're locking their doors.
they're
Wow.
scared.
Yeah. The other thing I was gonna say is, dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. It was
I do that
important
all the
too.
time.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, they're now locking their doors. Never had to do that before. These people, everybody knows everybody. Most of them's related. They know everybody's business, but they're not talking.
They
Sounds a
have
lot like Canton, Massachusetts, except there's only 267 people in the population of Keys, Oklahoma. But yeah, everyone's related. People have lived there for generations. And from what I hear, the grandma, her family is a generational family. They've
Yeah.
owned that farmland, right, for generations, apparently.
Right. Just
I
just
heard some
like this
talk
Four
about a
Corners over
marijuana
here.
farm. What?
Yeah, just like this Four Corners over here.
Yep.
The
You got to go get
grandma
your
had a
sandwiches.
restaurant there, and then she died and left it to the son. Then he died, and then it was left anyway. It ended up in probate and all kinds of craziness, but still, the family still owns it. Some of the family.
Right.
If you understand what I'm saying, these
Yes.
people, yes, their ancestors own this land. They inherited most of this land. And the other thing is something. Are you in California? I think
No, I'm in New York.
New York. Okay, so I had it backwards. So sorry about that.
slightly.
Oh, it's okay.
I apologize.
You-
Well, because News Nation was doing theirs yesterday, and they said, "Are we doing Chicago today, or are we in New York?" And she said New York, and I was like, well, "Was she from? Is Little from New York or California?" I couldn't remember, but anyway. So News Nation is not leaving either, the way I understand it.
They're not leaving? Yeah.
No, they are not leaving. They are sticking around until something breaks in this case, is what they told me. And I
Right.
believe them. I believe them. And
Yeah.
and we're gonna stick to it too. And the locals, you know, as long as they keep giving us tips, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, and this might be sad to say, I will go down trying.
Oh, stop. Stop it,
I
Rock
would.
Talk. We can't have it. Carrie, you can't let that
Like,
happen.
but I gotta find them. Like,
I know.
something's gotta break. I couldn't imagine what these parents are going through, and these kids that don't have their moms right now, like, it makes me want to cry. Like it, and I'm not a crier. It's very
Yeah,
sad.
it is very
Very, very
sad.
sad.
Because you can relate so easily, especially if you've been through a custody battle or anything like that. You can totally, and a lot of us have been through crappy custody battles or divorces, and we also follow true crime, so we see where a lot of that tends to end up, and that's scary. And that's not to say that they did, like you said, it could have been a truck driver driving down, it could have been anybody, which
Right.
is why there's fear, because even though OSBI is telling people they don't feel there's any reason for the public to have any concern,
Right.
the residents are like, okay, but you have nobody in custody, you haven't found these women, so how are we to trust this?
Right. And what they
And
did say originally was, we don't believe, well, they said, we don't believe that the public is in danger, but we do believe there's foul play and these women are in danger. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna tell you, I know I used to watch mainstream media,
mhm,
and until the Idaho 4, I mean, that's what brought me and my whole team together. We
really.
all met with Idaho 4. That case got me really bad. And then I was watching a certain station, and they had the mom of one of the unalived children in there that was on the run. And I have not watched that station
Wait,
since,
which
even
one?
though,
Kimberly Singler?
no, I'm talking
Oh,
Banfield.
no, no,
She,
no. Which mom are we talking about that
I'm
killed?
talking about I'm talking about the Idaho 4 that got slayed
Yeah,
in
no, no, I know that,
Idaho.
but I thought you
I'm
said something
talking
about the,
about Kara, Xana's mom.
oh,
Xana's
yeah.
mom. Because Ashley Banfield, that she was on the run, had her in a car interviewing her, and then 2 days later she got arrested. And I just thought it was very poor taste,
Yeah.
and the way they did it, I didn't like it, and I would tell her that to her face.
Hmm.
I've not had anything, and I told Dan and yeah, hell, my mind's blank now. And anyway, and the reporter, I said, I don't even watch News Nation no more. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, I don't watch News Nation no more ever since the Idaho 4. I don't
Right.
know where you go find out. Ever since the Idaho 4.
Yep.
And because I didn't like how it was done.
I know.
I didn't,
I know.
and
I've
so
seen her. I've seen her do some pretty cringeworthy, you know,
I
interviews
thought it was
with
poor
family
taste.
members that are just like, why are you asking them these questions? It really upsets me too. So I know exactly where you're coming
I
from.
thought it was very poor taste.
Yep.
And I want to get this right, Melanie.
Hmm.
We are crime sleuther type of things. We like true crime,
Right.
but we are not here to find out who did this. We
Right.
are literally here to find these women. That's the police, the LE's job to figure out who did this.
Right.
I'm ready to go home. I want to find these women.
I know.
So I don't want to get anybody to get it twisted. I'm not here to find out who did it.
Right.
But sometimes you got to find out names so you know where to look.
Of
It's not my
course.
job to solve this case,
No.
but in my heart, I got to find these women. I really
Right.
do. And I was going to tell you, so the mom stayed here and hung out with us at the command camp, visited. She was in a good mood. She said, I want to be here, but I can't walk over there. And I said, well, it looks like I lost my internship with News Nation. They left. It was a joke. And
Yeah.
she said, well, you could supervise me. And I said, hey, you're welcome to come out here. And she said, well, if I had gas, I gave her gas money, the mom.
You told me that.
And then the
I mean,
farmer came over and gave her more money. The farmer
wow.
came over and gave her more money, and she started to cry. Well, the next morning, the mom and the dad of Veronica, I don't believe is together. It don't seem that way. I didn't get into detail. None of my business.
Hmm.
But the dad came the next morning and played us some video. He was very pumped about it. And now they're back to nothing again. So um, they've got my number.
You're talking about Veronica's parents.
Veronica's parents, yeah. I asked them how they felt about me being here. They were glad that we were here. They said that they had seen no action. And I'm going to be honest with you. I saw more LE action yesterday than I have in a long time. And they were flying everywhere yesterday. And we're talking from SBI or Oklahoma SBI troopers. I mean, everything up and down this road and fast in this area. So I don't know what was going down yesterday,
Right.
But there was a whole lot of something going down.
And that's what made you think that the arrests were imminent and
Mhm.
didn't I don't know if you want to talk about this again, but weren't you with the dad and he got some kind of a phone call, or he told you he got some kind of
Yeah.
a phone call?
Actually, he got a phone call, but it wasn't from OSBI. It was from a tipster that he's become pretty close with,
Oh,
and he
okay.
played the video for us. I can't repeat it. It was very
No.
promising,
Right.
and he was pretty excited. He had come from West Virginia. He didn't know for like 8 hours that his daughter was missing, if I understood that correctly. And he flew in from West Virginia. And
Wow.
anyway, I've not talked to them since yesterday. Was it yesterday? I haven't seen them since then, but they both have my number. They know how to get a hold of me. And I told both of them I was not leaving until their daughter's found and Julian's found. I'm
Yes.
not
Jillian
leaving.
is also a mother of 4. She's a minister's wife who was with her
Absolutely.
because of the custody situation. She was a court approved custody visitation monitor.
That's
Um,
true.
and they lived in
That's
Hugoton,
very
right? That's
true.
where they came from, Hugoton, because that's the information
Yeah.
that Nancy Grace
And
got wrong.
yeah, well, I've seen it. I will tell you about the news station with damn, why can't I remember her name? And I know it. It's just I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie, I'm
I
tired. I
know,
got up
I know.
early.
I don't want to
But
keep you too long, but I'm
Dan,
going
no,
to
you're good.
teleport everyone to your channel after this, so I'll send them
But
over to you.
Dan and them, they're not leaving either. But okay, so they found me. They were sent to the wrong place. They were driving around. They found me. I'm the one that showed them where the car was at.
Who?
I
The
said, "This is where
parents?
the locals showed me last night." They were there when the rancher kid that saw everything, but he wouldn't go on camera, and they respected that. And he just said, "I saw more than anyone should ever see," but he was dead set that was in the grass. Well, so they reshot the film, okay, for the grass.
Oh,
Well,
wait a second. Hold on. You're talking about the News Nation crew. They found you.
yes, News
Okay.
Nation crew.
Right.
And anyway, so they reshot the film because now, this eyewitness has said it was in the grass. Well, then the mom and dad met me down there, and they didn't want to be on News Nation. I said, "Well, I've got their number. Could they please just come down, and maybe if there's anything you want to tell them?" So I text Dan, and gosh dang it, I don't know why my mind's blank because I love her to death. She's a
That's
sweet
okay.
girl.
She's the producer or
Anyway,
she's the reporter? Yeah.
yeah, she's a reporter. If I could see my chat. Anyway, they showed up there, and I told the mom and dad, I said, "Listen, he's the producer, she's the reporter. That the cameras aren't here. You don't have to talk to him if you don't want to." Dan come up, and he's introduced himself. He said he was with News Nation. He said, "This is all I want to know. Is there anything you want to say about your daughter? Any kind of information you want to give? You don't have to give it on camera. Have you watched our clips? Is there anything that you would like to be corrected?"
Mm-hmm.
And both parents said that everybody keeps saying that their daughter has green eyes and she has blue eyes. And the dad said, "Just like mine." That's the only thing that they wanted corrected
All
was
right.
at
So
that point,
Veronica has blue eyes. We need to
blue
correct that
eyes.
then. Okay.
Yes, blue eyes. And the mom started to cry about it. And that is important. We're talking about their daughter, and let's get it right, and so they changed the whole thing to make sure that it says blue eyes. Well, while they were there, the mom showed them where she saw the car. The door was open. So Brooke is her name. Okay, I got it.
Okay,
Okay, Brooke.
Brooke.
So Brooke also redid another clip and said, "Listen, it's conflicting. I understand that, but we've got one it could have been in the grass, got moved. Either way, these women are missing." So then what she did is did a whole new clip with both
Oh,
because
that's
I
so
watched
sweet.
it all. But they are trying to report it correctly. I will say that 1,000%.
Well, they're the
And
only ones.
they're the
They're
only
the only
ones.
ones.
Yeah, and to show up and respect the fact to leave the actual camera people away. It
Yep.
really was the producer and the reporter that came over and talked to the parents. And I thought that was amazing. They didn't try
Wow.
to pressure them, nothing. They just wanted to know if there's anything special you want us to say, we'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was going to tell you about Julian Kelley, we'll say it again. She is just as important as Veronica. The difference that's been here is most of these people, Veronica's from here. It's people she went to school with,
Right.
or it's their kids went to school with her, and it's the parents. We've had nurses drive 3 hours. Yesterday, three of them worked third shift, drove 3 hours, brought us a box of blue rubber gloves,
Oh,
and they
wow.
searched with us all day. So there has been people coming, but what's weird about it, it's people mostly that's not from here that has come to help. We have a
That's
few that is
crazy.
from here that's come to help. But
I
I
mean, how
mean,
many
when you've just
people have
got
you seen? How many people would you estimate that you've seen that have come? I mean, you drove 5 hours, right? Carrie
right
drove several hours to get there. How many
5
other
hours,
people have
yeah,
you seen that are out there trying to help?
yeah. So it would be Carrie. Then there was me and my two friends. We all
Hmm.
drove 5 hours. There was the Amarillo couple that came today that drove 2 hours. There's several that came from Guyman, but I think at most, as far as searchers that we've had so far, I'd say 15. But
Wow.
yesterday I think we had 6, and I really like to do it in 2 people at a time because
Hmm.
there is rattlesnakes out here.
Oh
The
man,
the,
you
the
lost me at
buildings are
rattlesnakes.
abandoned. Today is really hard for us. I mean, we can get out and go under bridges, but most of these buildings don't look like they should be standing,
Hmm.
let alone us getting in there and a building collapsing on us. Like, that's the last thing we need. So we
Right.
are being safe in that aspect. So I think I've ran up your time. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, listen, I'm going to redirect everyone to you. I'm going to go eat your sandwiches. I'm going to answer some questions from the viewers here. And you guys, I'm going to redirect. Are you still live on your channel?
I am. Yeah, my
Okay,
moderators are running it. They're great. Like I said,
amazing. I will teleport my viewers over there as soon as I wrap with them. But thank you both so much for being the women who are stepping up to help find Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley, who are still missing 1 week later. 1 week ago today, they went missing. And
yeah, and
what town is Four Corners in?
I don't even know. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
even.
not
There's a key sign that says that way, but I don't know if you
right.
can see this. Hold on, I'll get out and show you because it's really hard to tell you what town it is. But I'm going to get out and show you, okay?
I saw
Just
something
so
that
you
said it
kind
was
of know.
Texahoma or something, or Texahoma, but
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But there's the corners, okay? You've got Highway 64 East, 3, 412, 95. So this is 95. This is where the school is down here. And this is where the car was found. This highway here, 95 turns, but it's also 412 or 3. But I don't see any sign that says what Four Corners is. I probably wouldn't have been able to find Four Corners if it wouldn't have been for the locals, honestly.
all right,
The
good
locals,
grandma who is local says that it is unincorporated, so it's not really in a town. Okay, so that's
yeah,
interesting.
I don't think it is a town. I mean, I think Guyman, I want to say is 28 miles that way.
Okay.
And if you go that way, that's where the Kansas border is. I want to say it's 18 miles to get
Right.
to Kansas.
And
So
how far away is Keys?
Keys, well, we drove there, but I don't know.
Okay.
I would be telling you wrong if I tried to guess that.
All right. Everyone is telling you to stay safe. I'm going to send them all over there as soon as this wraps.
Yeah, I
But
appreciate it.
you guys
And
stay safe
listen,
and
I do love your channel. Like I
oh,
really do.
oh, thank you. I'm
But
so
you sparked a passion in me. Look, we got somebody that brought us food.
oh, I love that. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah,
How can people reach you if they want to reach you? Can they just leave comments or
yeah.
chat?
I post something on the community page every night.
Okay, cool.
If there's anybody that wants to come here and help volunteer in searching, you know, if they meet me in person, I'm glad to give them my number. If they're going to drive here to help search, listen, I've given my number out to a lot of people.
Awesome.
They could go to the Rock Talk channel. I don't know if you have it, drop it.
Which
And go
one?
to my community page. Leave me a message.
Yeah, the chakra. Yeah, I did. I dropped the link earlier. I'll drop it also in the body of the video.
Perfect. And if I can help you with anything in the future, let me know.
Yes,
But
100%.
thank you. And keep
We have a
reporting.
lot of people to find.
Yeah,
Boots on the ground
I
in
love
your
the way you do it.
retirement.
That's right. I love
All
the
right.
way you report. You're so relatable. Okay? You're
Thank
just so
you.
relatable.
Thanks, Rock, Chalk, and Carrie. Stay safe, ladies, please. Bye.
Hi.
Okay, and they are getting their sandwiches. Wow, that was really super cool. So that is Rock Chalk, and she is boots on the ground. Boots on the ground at Four Corners, which was the drop-off location for the custody exchange between Veronica Butler and who we believe is the grandmother of the father of her children, because she had intervened in the custody proceeding. She lives in Keys, Oklahoma, which is a couple miles from there. This has been a great show, but I think what we need to do before we go to questions and the super chats is we need to hear a word from our sponsor. And we have a sponsor for the show, and I have been so busy talking to Rock Chalk that we have not been able to tell you about the sponsor. But if you don't know, last week, AT&T announced that they had a data breach of 74 million of their customers, both present and past. 74 million customers who have ever had AT&T cellular service. All of their information, including their social security numbers, have been leaked to the dark web. You don't want to be one of them. And this is where my sponsor comes in real handy, because they will protect you against all of that stuff. So let's hear a word from our sponsor for a quick moment before we come back for questions and super chats. Did you know that the odds of falling victim to online crime are 1 in 4? Online crime is soaring. It's time to get smart about online safety. That's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura provides everything you need to protect your privacy, identity, finances, and your family in one easy-to-use app. Do you even realize how much of your personal information is already out there, being sold by data brokers to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you? Well, if you Google yourself, you may find something like this. And it may shock you to know that your full name, home address, email address, health records, and even relatives, it's all out there. That's one of the reasons you need Aura. Aura shows you which data brokers are selling your information and automatically submits opt-out requests on your behalf. Not only does cleaning up this information reduce the amount of spam that you get, but it will protect you from hackers who could use the information to help them access your social media accounts, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. Aura also helps protect me and my family from online threats by providing antivirus and malware protection, a secure VPN with military-grade encryption, credit monitoring, spam call protection, parental controls, password management, identity theft insurance, and more, without having to download several different apps. It's really easy to set up. And best of all, I get everything at one affordable price. With the family plan, Aura will help you protect your kids by blocking harmful content, managing how much time they can spend online, and providing you with peace of mind while they game with cyberbullying and online predator threat alerts. I value my privacy and my online safety, and I value yours too. So go to aura.com/Melanie Little to start your 2-week free trial, because you can't put a price on peace of mind. I've also put the link in the video description below. You can thank me later. Starting at only $12 a month, you get a VPN. They will find your info on the dark web. If you have your identity stolen, they will handle everything for you. And if any of you have ever had your identity stolen, you know how horrifying that can be to get straightened out. So it's a good product. I stand behind it. And after that data breach, can't say enough good things about it. Let's see. Jennifer says, I am confused how a guy illegally had a gun and charges, and then DV charges, got custody, and the mom doesn't. She has only supervised. That's a great question. There had been some allegations of some things that the mom did that the court didn't approve of, but I will also say that when you have a powerful family with a lot of money, they will never stop fighting until they get custody away from you. Also, she moved to Kansas, and perhaps the court did not want her children to move to Kansas with her. But as we saw from the court papers we looked at earlier, The grandma was heavily involved and had custody of the children for several months. In fact, Veronica had not seen her children since July 1st, when the petition was finally heard in November, and neither apparently did the father of the children. So it's a very complicated story. Rescue Puppy, thanks for becoming a member. Jam Jar, thank you for your super sticker. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you, Ashley from Rock Chalk's mod team, for your super sticker. You guys are doing such amazing work. And you're streaming 9 hours a day. So thank you. Thank you, Shari, for gifting 5 memberships. To all of you out there who got them, congratulations. It's a random thing that YouTube does. Karen became a member. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Shannon1989, for becoming a member. Rock Chalk became a member. Thanks, Rock Chalk. Edgar74, thank you so much. KPT became a member. Miss Constitutional Rights became a member. Thank you. I hope you're following the Karen Reed case with me. And Gaylin for gifting 10 memberships. Thank you, Gaylin. You are amazing. And you also do amazing work. You know what I'm saying. Cheryl, thanks for being a member for 5 months. It says, congratulations on reaching 30,000 subs. We just did it during this stream. Thanks, you guys. Please hit the like button. It helps push the information out. It pushes the video out. It's all about the YouTube algorithm. And if you subscribe, it's free. Just hit the bell so you'll know when I go live. Thank you, Stephanie, for gifting memberships. You guys are so generous today. Diane, how far is the Kansas line time-wise? That's a great question for someone who lives near there. But they were traveling from Hugoton, Kansas to the meeting point where they were supposed to meet at Four Corners was 45 miles. And I believe that it is relatively close to the Kansas line. I can't give you an exact on that because I do not have my map at the ready right exactly now. And Ashley from Rock Chalk says, you are one of us over at Rock Chalk's channel. Thank you again, Ashley, for your generosity. Sandy Shirley, thanks for becoming a member. Princess Mish, one of my amazing moderators, says thanks and congrats for 30K. Thank you so much. This channel has only been really alive since July, so we are growing quickly, and it's because of you. It's because of all of you for watching, and it's because of my amazing moderators, including Patronus Glow, who has also been a member for 5 months, 30K. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we keep it classy. There's one of my daughters who says, looks like I have to go buy a cake. Thanks, Kaz, for the super sticker and the super chat. And yeah, get over there. I like rainbow cake. You know, the bakery has a good one. Jill Bianco, thank you so much for your super sticker. You guys are so amazing. You're so generous. And I know that you, like me, are in this for the right reasons, because we are trying to find Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley, 2 moms who are tragically missing in the Oklahoma panhandle. And I think, listen, if you see something, say something. There are people who know. There are people who know what happened. And I hope that they're reaching out. I lost my banner. I had the number for the Oklahoma OSBI. That's around OB. Thank you for having the map up. It's around 15 minutes to the Kansas line. There also the Colorado line is or Colorado, for those of you who live there, is also very close. So yeah, if they have been crossing state lines, there could be FBI involvement, 16 miles to the Kansas state line. But it seems like, from what the ladies on the ground were telling us, Rock Chalk and Carrie, is that it seems like nobody's searching. It seems like nobody really wants them searching, although they haven't been asked to leave. There's a lot of private property around there that people cannot just be searching on, because it's an open carry state and it wouldn't be safe to do so. Very close to Texas too. Yes, Dayton. Dayton wants to know, was a grandmother waiting at Four Corners? There's been conflicting information. There's been conflicting information. We don't know. Some people say her cell phone never pings, show that she never left the house. So we don't know. As far as we know, the dad is in court-ordered rehab in Oklahoma City, where he's supposed to be for 6 months. He was supposed to report there on March 22nd. We have no independent confirmation of that. So it's crazy. I saw somebody in here say, go Buffs, go Buffs. And I don't know where that went, but thank you. Thank you so much. And you guys are what makes this channel great. And my mods keeping the chat classy is what makes it great. We don't tolerate the bullying, the trash talk, rumors, speculation. We try and stick with the facts. Thank you, Kim McDonald, for your super sticker. I appreciate you so much. Oh, thank you, Free Spirit Christina, for being a new subscriber and for congratulating me. And OB, my own personal Penelope Garcia, says, oh, please buy a giant cupcake. Please buy a giant cupcake. I am not a cupcake. That's what my logo says. I can't make everyone happy. I have 5 kids. I mean, I've had a sign that says that pink one. You can't make everyone happy. You are not a cupcake. I can't make everyone happy. Something you got to live with sometimes. If you don't like the coverage that I'm giving, then you don't need to stop and leave a nasty message. You can just go somewhere else. I can't make everyone happy, but that's why my cupcakes are my members, because we make each other happy. Trying to do things for the right reasons. Thank you, Christy, as always, for your super sticker. You are awesome. Dave the Pious, thanks for being a member for 4 months. It's definitely getting a Wild West vibe from reports. This reminds me of, and I always reference television because I watch a lot of television. There's a show called Goliath with Billy Bob Thornton. And it's an amazing show. If you haven't seen it, I forget where it lives. I don't know if it's on Amazon Prime or one of the others. But it's an amazing show. And this reminds me of one of the seasons that was about, I think it even happened in Oklahoma. And listen, the Panhandle, as people have said who live there, is the kind of like the forgotten place. Like the nearest law enforcement is very, very far away. I mean, they have local, but you know what I mean. And people there are afraid to talk about this. They're afraid, and there's a reason. Seems like there could be very powerful people involved as some of the players. Oblivious Benson, by the way, big warning to anyone out searching. And if this is a sovereign citizen situation, they love to tripwire their property. FYI, thank you. Thank you for that. Any and all warnings are appreciated. Oh, it's on Amazon Prime. Have you seen it? Carrie, do you watch Goliath? Oh my God, it's one of my favorite shows of all time. Highly recommend. Each season is different. Billy Bob Thornton's character lives in Santa Monica in a hotel because he's like an alcoholic lawyer who's like thrown out of his firm. And he hooks up with this woman played by Nina Arianda, who I love. And she's like a PI/lawyer, and they come together and they solve cases, and each season is a different case. And it's an amazing show. Thanks, Future. It's an amazing show. And then when I started hearing about the hog farms in the area, I could not stop thinking about season 4 finale on Criminal Minds. If you know, you know. Okay. Thank you, everyone. This has been a long 2.5 hours, but we had amazing coverage with Rock Chalk. I am going to now teleport you over to her channel. She's live. She's streaming live, boots on the ground, and she found about this case because of my show. That is how amazing my viewers are. Amazing. She drove 5 hours from Wichita with a couple of horses and a couple of working dogs in her truck by herself and a couple of guns because she's packing. It's open carry. And she met up with Carrie Moody True Crime, and they are together. They didn't even know each other. So it's amazing. Thanks again, Moz. You guys are the best. Please, everyone, just hit the like button, share the stream out. Let people know that this is a good place to get the information. If I get any breaking news on arrests from OSBI, I'm going to be sure and bring that to you. Sherry Davis, thank you so much for the Cash App, as always. And my friends who sent me coffees during this stream, I thank you. Also, Nell and Christine, thanks, you guys. You guys are amazing. So head on over to Rock Chalk, subscribe to her channel. She's doing God's work, and she doesn't even want money for gas. So let us say, as always, my friends, prayers up for the families of Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley, who are still missing 1 week later on their drive from Hugoton, Kansas to Ava, Oklahoma, EVA. And they told me it's pronounced Ava. The car was found abandoned, and the 2 women are nowhere to be found. No one seems to be searching except for Rock Chalk and Carrie Moody True Crime. So please, as always, prayers up. And remember, be cool, be kind, be classy. It's not hard, you guys. Really, it is so not hard. Peace. See you next time.